All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well today. It is Thursday, February 27th, and I shaved my beard. It was time to shave my beard, and I shaved it. It was time. It was time. What's up, guys? Good morning. What's up, Jason? What's up, JB? What's up, Chaz? Good morning, team. All right. First one on the gappers list today is TNXP. Gapping up, we got GCAP, GCAP gapping up some. We got AHPI, we got CODX. We got some penny stocks that are finally moving today. If you're a penny stock trader, today's the day, man. We got some penny stocks that are moving this morning. We got mRNA, coronavirus stock, gapping up some. We got VIR here, gapping up a little bit as well. We got TDOC, CVM. So we actually got a decent amount of movers this morning. We got Etsy, ETSY. We got Vivo, VIVO. We got LGND, GTN. You know, looking at some other stocks, we got like AMD gapping down. We got the SPY itself is down more today. And so, kind of a volatile day. It should be like another fun day. We got SPCE gapping down as well with the overall market. We got ZGNX gapping down as well. We got CORX, which is Crocs. We got WPP gapping down some. We got NTNX. We got CLR. And so, yeah, we got some gap downs today, guys. Shout out to my man, Sarav. Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. Like I said, I shaved my beard. It was time. My wife made me do it, really, is what happened. I liked my beard, but my wife made me shave it. I'm still kind of mad about it, but it's alright. But I shaved. Do I still look young, guys? Do I still look young? You know, I feel like when I shave, I could pass for like mid-20s, you know, maybe early 20s if I really wanted to. I still get carded if I buy nicotine. I do still get carded if I buy nicotine, which, you know, I'm actually happy with now. I hated it all my life. Alright, guys. John is taking a short in hair. Yeah, man. In my beard hair, man. My beard hair is gone, dude. I shaved it. Man, it was time. Honestly, it feels good to shave it. Honestly, though, I even told my wife this when I shaved it. The superstitious part of me as a trader, the superstitious part of me is like, what if I lose now? What if it's like Samson and I lose? You know, I've been winning like every day. Every single day I've been winning. I haven't lost in a long time. I actually put my stuff into TraderView yesterday. And this is my P&L lately, guys. This is my P&L. And so I literally haven't lost since the 14th. The 14th was the last time I lost. Although it is a little misleading because the competition, I didn't trade as much. But the last losing day I had was on the 14th. And so this is my graph. And so, like I said, I'm kind of superstitious, worried that like it's gonna be like Samson, and I'm all of a sudden gonna start losing. I can't imagine if I lose today, how that's going to negatively reinforce that superstition in my head. I don't think that's gonna necessarily be a good thing, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm worried about Samson. You know, what if I shave and I just start losing? What if my beard gave me trading power? You know, the superstitious part of me is like, maybe I shouldn't have shaved. But but we'll see, you know. How old am I? I am over 30. Believe it or not, you know. Like I said, I got 2 kids. I got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm over 30. I'm an old man, you know. I'm an old man. I still look like I said, I can still pass for a solid like 23, I think, if if I really wanted to, you know. Yesterday I grabbed about $700 on mRNA and it looks like it just kept going. What's up, Emmanuel? What's up, Jay? What's up, B3? What's up, Masher? What's up, Jason? JB, Chaz? Good morning, guys. Christopher? What's up, brother? Yeah, so we're gonna start looking up some news in a minute. But yeah, most stuff is gapping down today, aside from coronavirus stocks. I mean, not most. That's an exaggeration. We have like some penny stocks, TNXP, CODX. We've got GCAP. We've got APT. So we do have some penny stocks that are actually running mRNA, NVAX, and NBC, which are all coronavirus stocks. Those three are coronavirus stocks. TDOC, Lake, which is Lakeland Industries, Etsy, RKDA, LG&D, COE, and so we do have a lot of gap ups. Let's go ahead and start the news, shall we? Yeah, what's up, Chris? JB says, I have a 35-year-old son and I wish I could get him into trading. I am working on it. Yeah, man. I mean, I think trading is... I had one of my neighbor's kids come to my house yesterday. And, like, you know, he came to my house and he wanted us to sign... as a reference for his college application to Texas A&M. And so he wanted us to sign as a reference for his college application. And so he came in the house, and sure enough, he saw like my studio here with like my green screen and all the screens. And so I had to kind of tell him like, yeah, I run a YouTube channel. And he asked what it was for, and I told him it was a trading and stock related YouTube channel. And his first response was I've really wanted to get into that. I've wanted to get into trading. I've wanted to get into trading stocks. And as soon as he said that, it's like, I automatically say don't do it. I automatically say don't do it, especially penny stocks. And then I immediately follow up with do not day trade penny stocks. You're going to get a bunch of gurus that try to sell you courses that you don't need. Like, if you're going to get into trading stocks, just invest. That's the best advice I can give people. As a day trader myself, as weird as it is, I'm very, not necessarily anti-day trading specifically, but I definitely don't think people should get started day trading. I don't think most people should get started day trading. I think most people are going to lose. That's exactly right. Actually, that's exactly right, Jay. That is actually spot on. That's exactly why I did it. I didn't, like I said, my wife made me shave. And you guys know my wife. She's a germaphobe. And so my wife made me shave. And that's the exact reason she made me shave. Like, I'm being completely serious, too. That's exactly the reason she made me shave, unfortunately. It's because, you know, my wife's a germaphobe. And so, you know, now my mask will fit better. And we got a lot of masks. Alright, this music's too loud in my headphones. I gotta turn it down. I can't concentrate, man. It's too loud. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give you, Chris. Like I said, you want to get started, stay away from penny stocks, man. You're gonna get started. This is what happens to traders. And after I say this, I'll look up the news. We'll go over the news on some of these stocks. And like I said, somebody's asking me about APT. I'll go over the news. I got you. I'll go over that one too. But yeah, when you first get started day trading, what do, right? You Google day trading, right? What comes up? You got Tim Sykes. You got, you know, You got Foos 4. You got all these people that come up and they're driving Lamborghinis and they're driving Maseratis and they're in mansions. And so what's the natural human response to that? The natural human response is, oh, I want to do that. I want to drive a Lamborghini. I want to drive a Maserati. I want to own a mansion. You know, that's the natural response to that, right? But the reality is that they own those Lamborghinis and those mansions. Some of them do. Others are just actually leasing the Lamborghini and mansion for a day just so they can record that video. But the ones that actually do own it, they own it because they're making bank off of selling courses. You know, they're not doing it from penny stock profits. They're doing it because they're making money from selling courses specifically. And so if you're getting started day trading, like I said, the best advice I can give you is just to avoid penny stock gurus. That's the single best advice I can give any trader. Avoid penny stock gurus. You can buy courses, you know, but I definitely don't suggest penny stock courses. Again, I think a large majority of them are just trading penny stocks because they're easier to market to new traders. And, you know, if you're getting started trading, just immediately go to mid and high caps. Don't stay with penny stocks, especially don't try to buy a penny stock course. You know, and I don't care what people say. They can say, I bought this course and it was the best course ever. Most of the time, they're just trying to justify that expense in their mind, right? But the reality is, if you're a new trader and you actually want to do well, just stay away from penny stock gurus. That's the best advice I can give you. All right, now I'm going to go over some news. We'll see what happens. All right. And I know some people are going to get mad at me for that, but it's just the truth, man. It's just the reality of it. Anyways. First one I'm looking up is TNXP. TNXP gapping up from 90 cents to $1.64, so a huge percentage gap up here. Let's see if we can find the catalyst specifically for this. I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm seeing it gapping up, but I'm not actually seeing a catalyst. Okay, so actually this is a coronavirus stock, and it is up. It partnered with Southern Research to develop a vaccine against the coronavirus, and now it's up. And I'll go ahead and quote this, and this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, Tonix Pharmaceutical Holdings said on Wednesday it has struck a strategic collaboration deal with Southern Research to support the development of its vaccine, the TNX 1800, to protect against the new coronavirus disease, or the COVID-19, based on its own horsepox vaccine platform, pushing the stock up 164% in afternoon trading. The clinical stage drug maker, which is developing TNX 801 as a potential smallpox vaccine as well, the U.S. Strategic National Stockpile as another vaccine, said the horsepox vaccine has the potential to serve as a vector for vaccines to protect against other infectious agents. And then they said, quote, the new research collaboration will develop and test a potential horsepox vaccine that expresses protein from the virus that causes COVID to protect against the disease, end quote, Tonix said. And that's all quoting again from MT Newswire. So yeah, they're basically developing a new vaccine for the coronavirus, the COVID, and we'll see what happens with that, and that's causing it to gap up. And that news came out yesterday in after hours specifically. Alright, and so that's TNXP. Next one we're going to look up is GCAP. GCAP. And like I said, I'm the only person that's going to tell you that truth. I'm the only person, you know, I'm the only person that's going to be real with anybody about that. And like I said, I'm not anti-course. Like I said, I use TradeNet. I watch Mir. I think if you have decades of experience in the market, that's fine. Sell a course. I'm not mad at you. I get it. Even the most, if you learn that stuff and you've mastered a skill, there's nothing wrong with selling a course. I'm not anti-course. I'm anti low float penny stock guru course. That's what I'm anti. All right. Anyways. Alright, so yeah, GCAP, as you can see, it gapping up from 353 to 587. After I say that, let's look up some penny stocks, though. You know, this one is up after fourth quarter EPS that came out at 21 cents a share, which beat the 22 cent estimate, and sales of 53.3 million, which was worse than the 58.7 million estimate. And so that's the deal with GCAP. Like I said, they reported a quarterly loss of 21 cents per share, which was better than the analyst's estimate of 22 cents per share by 4.5%. This is a 90.91% decrease over losses of 11 cents per share from the same period last year. And they also reported quarterly sales of 53.3 million, which was worse than the analyst's consensus estimate of 58.7 mil. So yeah, good fourth quarter results that were better than expected. They actually put in a narrower loss than they originally thought and that experts thought. And so that's the deal with GCAP. Let me see what else we got. We also have, like I said, APT. Somebody else is asking me about APT, which is Alpha Pro Tech. I'm pretty sure this is another coronavirus stock. I'm pretty sure it's another coronavirus stock. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look it up. It's Alpha Pro Tech. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one a few times, though, since the coronavirus sector kind of started to pop off a little bit. All right, and so I'm seeing a release that said Alpha Pro Tech sees fulfilling remainder of orders in the second quarter. They also see fulfilling about 4 million orders in the first quarter. So they about $14.1 million in face mask orders has been booked since January 27th. Okay, so Alpha Pro Tech is a face mask company, and so they sell face masks. And listen, like I said, my wife's a germaphobe. She's stocking up on face masks, and so I'm sure she's probably personally boosting APT stock in the last 2 weeks. But yeah, it's a mask company, and it is getting a ton of sales since the coronavirus outbreak. They make the N95 face masks in the response to coronavirus epidemic for APT. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the deal with that. It's a face mask company. We also have VXRT. It's gapping up some here as well. Looks like a higher float stock. Let me see. VXRT is a 6.7 million float, so it's not necessarily really high or anything. VXRT. Let me see if I can find the catalyst for this one. I'm not seeing anything for this one. I have to just assume that it is a coronavirus stock, but I'm actually not seeing a catalyst for this one yet for VXRT. Then we have mRNA, NVAX, and NNVC. These are all coronavirus stocks. These are all benefiting from the coronavirus outbreak. Like I said, mRNA, NVAX, and NNVC. And so these are all coronavirus stocks. We'll see what happens, but we also have TDOC here. Alright, so Teladoc put in a narrower than expected loss, and that's why it's gapping up. They've reported a fourth quarter loss of $19 million or 26 cents a share, and that's compared with the $24.9 million or 35 cents a share in the same period last year. They put in revenue for the quarter at $156.5 mil, which was better than last year's $122.7 mil, and also better than the $153.3 mil the analysts were expecting. And so better than expected results for TDOC. Again, we have Lakeland Industries here, which is LAKE, which I believe is another coronavirus stock. We also have Etsy, which I'm assuming this is fourth quarter results, or at least results in general. Let me see. So yeah, fourth quarter earnings that beat expectations. They put in fourth quarter earnings of 25 cents per share, which beat the analyst estimate of 16 cents by 26.25%. This is a 21.88% decrease over earnings of 32 cents per share from the same period last year. So yeah, positive, better than expected results for Etsy as well. And yeah, so we can move over to some gap downs now. Like I said, we can move over to some gap downs. We got PLAN gapping down some. They put in fourth quarter revenue that was better than expected. They increased 42% from subscription revenue. They are basically a provider of cloud-based connected planning platforms, and they had a net loss of $36.7 million or 20 cents per share for the quarter, which was worse than a year ago, which was $32.6 million a year ago. FactSet consensus was for a loss of 29 cents, so worse than expected as well. So yeah, bad results for PLAN. We'll see what happens with that one. We have NTNX here as well, gapping down some. All right, but yeah, NTNX, let me see. I'm trying to find the catalyst specifically for this one. They put in a wider than expected second quarter loss for NTNX. We also have Space here, SPCE, and this is one that Mitch and I are both pretty bearish on. And, you know, I'm sure when Mitch gets here, he's going to talk about how he knew this one was going down, because he did. They put in fourth quarter earnings that were worse than expected. They reported quarterly sales of 529,000, which was worse than the 1.7 million by more than 70%. CEO George Whitehead found upside to the fourth quarter, noting that the company completed its public listing in October. So worse than expected results for Space. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Like I said, we got the market, the SPY gapping down pretty big here. It's been a pretty rough few days in the market. You know, this is the single biggest 3-day drop in the last year, certainly. Look at this retracement. Man, big drop, guys. Big drop. We got 20 years of the market here. This is, right up there with some of the worst pullbacks, if I'm being completely honest. The last big pullback like this was in 2018, so it's been a few years since we've had a pullback this substantial in the overall market. And I can look over that news real quick if I need to, but yeah, that's the deal. So, big drop in the overall market. Oh, sorry if the music is louder than my voice. We're not going to advertise other members. I'll say this though, Bryce, even if he advertises that there's no delay, I'm sure there probably is. Like it's a very slight delay on my stream, and the delay might be negligible enough for people to think there's no delay. But like I said, if he is streaming without a delay, he's going to get taken down. And so that's the reality. Is Trade Ideas requires there to be a delay. You have to have a delay for Trade Ideas. Here we go. We got Mitch in here. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Somebody said the music was too loud. There we go. Let me know if that's better. Yo. All right, that should be good.
Yo.
Here, let me turn the volume up on my headphones. Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
All right, guys, we got Mitch in here.
A little on the tired game, but still here, still ready.
Goes. Yeah.
Oh.
Would this scanner software run on Linux? Might try a PI project someday. Yeah, it certainly would. I run it, but yeah, I have a Linux as well, and it runs
Linux. Fun. That's interesting. You coders.
Yeah. Dude, coding's fun, man.
Only coders use that.
Get out of here, man. Don't hate. Yeah. I'm trying to get Mitch. I'm trying to teach Mitch. I'm trying to get Mitch to start coding, man. Coding is one of the single best skills you can learn, and it's only gonna become more and more valuable as technology progresses. And so
yeah, no, definitely, I would definitely agree with that.
Me learning to code has helped me become a better trader, and the reason it has is because it's given me, like, I know coding now, and so it's like even if I fail at trading, I'll be okay. And just having that backup option by learning how to program and code has made my trading less emotional, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I could always get a Series 5 and be an actual broker, but why would I want to do that? I don't like working for people.
Right. I hate working for people.
I fight the system. But yeah, no, I agree with you. You always got to have at least a backup.
Right.
You can't be always relying on one thing. Never put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, for sure. So Find, he might be no delay, but he doesn't have Trade Idea scanners, and so that's what I'm saying. Like I said, let's try not to talk about too many other channels. I'm just gonna end up deleting the comment. But yeah, like I said, he might be live, completely live. And if I didn't stream trade ideas, I would be completely live as well. But if you stream trade ideas, you have to have a slight delay, you know. All right. But yeah, man, how about this drop in the market, bro? How about this drop, man? It's the single biggest drop in the last few years. In the last,
I mean, it's
yeah,
not like Brexit.
right, but it's the
Brexit was
biggest.
worse.
It's certainly the biggest drop in the last year.
Yeah, in the
Really,
last year.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the
I
biggest drop.
expected it.
It's the biggest drop since October of 2018. You know, and so it's solid. It's a big drop. Really, October, December of 2018, which I remember. Do you remember 2018's winter months? The market just tanked, man. Everybody's expecting, like most winters are, which are to be pretty profitable winters, you know, really volatile, a lot of movement, and the market just crashed. I remember that in 2018. We were streaming, I think. What's up, Seven? Learn to work the land, build a homestead. I get it, you know. My wife would tell me something like that, you know. But I hope you're doing well, Seven. Hope you're doing good, brother. Do you work from home with coding? Yeah, a little bit. I do a little bit of freelance work, you know, web design and stuff. You know, I'm mostly a JavaScript front-end developer, but I also, I know React and React Native, and, you know, a little bit of Angular. Yeah, and so I know a little bit of Python as well. And so.
Sorry about that.
What's up, Tech? What's up, Bryce?
No, but yeah, you know, I think this is just a pullback. You know, I'm really not concerned unless it gets under 280s. 300 was the point that I think it could always pull back to. Remember how much we fought 300?
Yeah. It's
So
that
we
big
had
number.
we had an expansion. So the expansion was from 300. I remember when we broke out from 300, and not to toot my horn, but I at least I thought maybe a move to 325 or 350 was possible. Then we'd pull back to 300. You know, so I'm not really too concerned about this. The real concerning point would be if it would get under like 280s, because that would mean that we would start getting into other years' gains, not just 2019's. We start taking out 2019. We start taking out 2018. If we start taking out multiple years of growth, that's now a real tank. That's like
Panic
the
time.
market. Yeah, that's panic time.
Yeah.
You know, right here is just a pullback. You know, you could get investors jumping in here at 300 and it tries to bottom out here at like 300, 290s. You know, the real concerning thing is another big block like we had. So another big block like that where it went from 325s down to 311s. You know, that's what we got, $14 there. If we go down another 14 from here, we'll be in the 290s. You know, so that's really the concerning part. I think if you start killing your profits for multiple years, that's when you can get really concerned. Because why? Because investors get in yearly, right? So if they got in yearly in 2019 and they get in yearly 2018, and then they notice their big portfolios all going in red, they're going to have to pull out and wait
Right.
to see if the market can bottom out.
Right, for sure.
I think that's the concern. You can see on the weekly chart, we have 571 million shares traded. And you look back, when did we ever have that amount of volume? And it's every single time we dipped. We had the same kind of volume in August, and then we had the same kind of volume in December. Remember 2018 when we went from 2018 to 2019 and it just kind of really tanked real quick and then bounced back? Same thing. We had over actually 1 billion shares traded at the bottom of that. And that was in December 21st of 2018. So big volumes every single time we've gotten dips. What is that? That's buying the pullback, guys. Right. Those are hedge funds that get in on those big pullbacks and they look for moments like this to get in. You know, these are when you see those big share spikes on the reds, not the greens. And so what we need to see is if we're going to get into this area. If we get into that area, that's where I would really be concerned at 280s. Until then, I'm looking for rebounds, looking for strong stocks to come back. Unless we break 300, once we break 300, then you could look for shorts. I think today you could get a rebound. We were rebounding a little bit with the Trump speech last night, and then it kind of just faded out again. So we'll see what happens today.
Yeah, it should be a fun day, man. Like I said, man, I shaved my beard, and the superstitious part of me is like, what if it's like Samson, dude? And like I just start losing every day, bro. I've been super consistent. I'm on like a 2-week green streak where I haven't lost in my live account in like 2 weeks. What if shaving my beard just ruins my trading, man? The superstitious part of me. I think every trader deep down inside is a little bit superstitious, and so my wife made me shave my beard so my mask would fit on correctly. What if it just ruins my trading, bro? Got to be kind of scared of it. But yeah, I'll go over the overall market news here as well. Let me see. I just meant I'm going to learn to work the land instead of coding in case I got to head to the mountains. Yeah, for sure. I get it.
Like I said to Seven, come to my bunker.
Yeah, man. I got some great water filters. Beginner trading water filters coming out now. All right.
All right. I think before we jump into the overall market,
go ahead.
I think I had a couple earnings here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. I'll wait. Seven says I'll bring the gas.
All right, guys. So Best Buy reports with a Q4 earnings beat. Retailer closely monitoring coronavirus outbreak. So like everything, guys, retailers are really just watching right now. I don't think they've felt the impacts yet because it's not really hitting us yet here in the United States. But what the real concern is the quarter to come. So it's not necessarily right now, but what is this going to do for March? What is this going to do for May? And what is this going to do for Q2 or Q1 for the kind of the year? And, I don't think it's going to really get hit too much on Q1 earnings, but Q2 earnings could see big drops if we continue in this trend. So I think that's what they're concerned about. They say they're just monitoring the whole year. Like they say, it's a very fluid situation. And so that means that there's both sides to it right now. They're just keeping an eye on it. And it's Best Buy, BBY.
Joe says, don't knock the water filters. No, I'm just being purely sarcastic. Mostly I'm making fun of Alex Jones is mostly who I'm making fun of.
All right. Stock, get a good earnings, actually up on the day. Square is actually up on the day, guys. And this is because of earnings. They reported Q4 earnings beat of 23 cents per share. On Wednesday, they beat the analyst consensus of 21 cents per share. This is an increase of 64% over the earnings of 14 cents per share for the same period last year. So this one is relatively holding well. Had moments where it dipped. It dipped strong towards 80.50. It dipped strong towards 76. Now really bottoming out here. I think the really important price for this one is going to be 79. If this one breaks 79 today, then you can look on the bear side. On the bull side, I would want it to break out through the 83s and really show some momentum because we have the market going down. Unless we see a massive bounce in the SPY and then you see a rip in square, that's when I would attack it on the long side. Etsy also reporting higher on earnings beat. This one did 25 cents, beating the consensus of 16 cents. That's ETSY.
Yeah, we went over that one.
So you went over that one. That one has a good bottom at 54. Look to see if 54 holds today. If not, 57 on the bull side. All right. AMRN also reporting earnings, but after the market yesterday. And, with the market getting drilled, man, this one got drilled. Look at this. Look at his daily chart showing a really weakening there, coming down almost to weekly lows. Weekly supports are at $15. Below this, you have a gap down towards kind of that $10. So a lot of people, really believed in this stock with their drug they were putting out, and now it's really bottoming out. So I think you could look for $15 to hold today, see if it starts bouncing back. But if not, I think it could go even down towards 480s, 1480s. Under that, I think it starts really getting an ugly look to the chart. This one did get a buy rating by Bank of America. So I'm going to just keep an eye on it. I want it to come back. I don't want to jump into something that's on the downside, but I do want it to start coming back. I do believe in this stock above 1750s.
Yeah, AMRN's been trading really well.
Yep.
I've attacked it a few times and made money on it the last few weeks. So
the major news, the Microsoft news. Where is it at? I had it here. Oh, there it is. Got it. All right. So Microsoft shares fall as the company warns for Q3 earnings miss due to Corona impact. They pretty much said that one part of their business was going to see kind of a real pullback. And, Microsoft doesn't really move that fast. But a lot of the market took this in as, the guidance for other stocks were going to start pulling back. So I would look at the tech sec today to see if you see any of the tech sec really get hit today. With that being said, you could look for AMD through 44. It's at a big support at 46. MU, you got $50 being a big time support there. AMAT, you could look for 58 there. See if 58 holds, if it breaks down towards 56. And that's pretty much going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to be watching the tech sec to see if it comes down. I'll be watching certain stocks. And one of the major things I want to see is how we opened up, see if we get a bullish signal right out the gates and things start bouncing back here. But we'll see.
All right, so I'll go check out the overall market news today, which, again, market's just been getting hammered the last 3 days. I kind of agree with Mitch. Until we get a break under 300, though, I don't think there's necessarily a cause for panic. I think pullbacks like this, inevitably happen. And so I don't know if I'd be selling out of my long-term portfolios quite yet, but it is worth watching. I'll go ahead and go over the ETF preview. And again, this is from MT Newswires. It says, quote, stock futures were back in the red ahead of the opening bell as concerns over the spread of the COVID-19, especially outside of China, persisted. Brazil became the first Latin American country to confirm an infection, while new confirmed cases were reported for the first time in Algeria, Greece, Norway, Pakistan, Romania, Sweden, according to Reuters. Confirmed cases further climbed in South Korea, Iran, and Italy as well, and investors are looking ahead to the release of the Q4 gross domestic product growth rate, which is expected to remain at 2.1% according to Econoday estimates, the same as the previous quarter. In other economic data releases, durable good orders, also out at 8:30 a.m., are expected to come in at minus 1.2% versus the prior reading of 2.4%. Excluding transportation, estimates are 4.2% versus the previous month's minus 0.1%. This number must be already out. I'll see if I can find that in a second. It also says weekly jobless claims are expected to come in at 210,000, flat with the prior week's numbers. Looking into specifically commodities, crude is down 2.9%, the U.S. oil fund is down 3.1%, natural gas is down 3.9%, and the U.S. natural gas fund is down 2.9%. Gold is up 0.7%, the Spider Gold Trust is up 0.9%, silver is up 1.1%, and the iShares Silver Trust is up 1.1%. And this is something that we generally see as the market drops. Gold and silver usually go up, not always, but generally a good rule of thumb is that if the market tanks, gold goes up. Like I said, not always though. And yeah, that's the market news today. We'll see what happens. It should be a fun day. Like I said, I have been pretty consistent lately. Let me see what my Tef's account is at now. I'm very, very close to 2K in profit. Very, very close. Let's see what I'm at now.
So with gold, yeah, gold been breaking out since January, guys. So be careful with gold. It's been breaking out. It's not just starting.
Oh, well, that's just all I'm saying is that on a short-term basis, if the market tanks, usually gold spikes up. You know, it's just a rule of thumb. That's all I'm saying.
People been looking ahead of this. You look at the weekly chart on GLD, and they'll tell you this story. Pulled back from August all the way until December. And then when the coronavirus started in January, it started spiking and kept spiking. What is that? That's people shifting money from their big portfolios into gold.
Right.
Expecting the worry to come sooner or later. And then we got the spike here.
Right. Let me see.
Yeah, gold's been trading really well for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks.
Yeah, gold's not really one that I usually watch or trade that much. It's one that I never really had super good results with. If I think gold's one of those things where people can invest in the price of it or invest in ETFs if they think it's going to go up and down, as opposed to holding physical gold. But I've never found it to be a great trader just for my style. You know, it's just not really my niche, I guess. But and so I don't watch it that often, to be completely honest. But I do see it pop off some, especially some of those ETFs can be somewhat volatile and active. So
I think gold is very easily used if you kind of have the mentality of like the VIX, where you just take the bottoms and you're just hoping that eventually to have some protection for your portfolio. Right. People use gold for protection, and they use also the VIX for protection.
Right.
And they'll either do long-term options, or they'll just try to call the bottom of the stock and get a very little amount. Because let's say if you called the bottom of these stocks, you're getting them at $13. You know, when these drives happen, you end up start making money even though the market's going down. And that's the whole idea of long-term investors, is to minimize what we call systematic risk.
Right. Sorry, hold on, I gotta do something real quick. VXX, Django. Let me see. A few people talking about this one. This is a ETF. It's an iPath exchange traded. Yeah, so what kind of ETF? What's the underlying asset for this one? Do you know? What's up, Tiny?
VXX?
Yeah, VXX. What's the underlying asset?
Well, that's just futures. That's okay. Volatility. Short-term futures. This guy Ray.
Is he here?
The Ray is here.
Yeah. Let me see. What's up, Ray? What's up, my man? Who the heck is John's chair? This is John's younger brother, Jim. Dude, this is John's younger brother, Jim. This is Jim at Beginner Trading. I'm John's younger brother, you know. What's up, Texas? What's up, AYOB? What's up, Daily? What's up, Outsiders? What's up, Outsiders? Outsiders is an OG here, too, man. He's been here a while. I have a neighbor who mines gold in his garage at a rate of about once every 4 months. What?
Does he really have gold in his garage?
Does he have a gold mine in his garage? Man, that would be the coolest thing ever, you know? He got his own gold mine, man. Crazy. Alright. But yeah, so should be a fun day, guys. We got Roku getting hammered. A lot of stuff's gapping down with the market. Like we got AMD, MU, AMRN, Space, big gap down for Space today. Crocs, everybody's favorite shoe company. We got PTLA, Plan. A lot of fourth quarter results that came out negative for some of these stocks too. We got Etsy. Mark, NNVC, some penny stocks that are really moving, like NNVC, or some coronavirus stocks that are moving, NNVC, NVAX, mRNA. All kind of popping off here. Getting a little bit of a pullback in some of these stocks. I'm assuming the SPY's bouncing with that. No, SPY's down too. Tesla down. Let's look at Tesla. A few people mentioned Tesla as well. So we can take a look. It says Tesla crash report may lack enforcement power, but implications are real. Tesla down. I mean, here's the thing, though. Tesla's down because the market is down. It also had like Mitch said, Microsoft did warn of third quarter earnings miss that was due to the coronavirus impact. But for Tesla, I see something that says their supplier CATL plans to raise $2.85 billion to expand electric battery business. Tesla's still down, though. I think Tesla's just down following the overall market to a certain extent. You know, the market's down, Tesla's down. The market's at 305. I think, like Mitch said, I think the big level for this is around 300 right here. I think that's really the biggest level. What's up, team? Everybody remember, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube. So show your support for what we do here. Smash that like button if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button. Let's listen to some music. Can you guys hear the music? What's the music sound like? Is it not loud enough? Or is it too loud? Let me know how this is. I'm gonna adjust it right here. Texas Trader said we got a Tesla sermon on Benzinga the last hour. Roku is Ray Ray's baby. Yeah, Roku is one of those ones that I've traded a lot. I've traded Roku a ton. I can't say, like, if we look back at the historical chart of Roku, right, it doesn't necessarily respect the VWAP as well as I would like. And so when I'm looking for strategies, I just got to see how well it respects the VWAP. And one of the reasons I like AMD specifically so much, like just as an example, one of the reasons I like AMD so much is just because it respects the VWAP. Like, I traded a bunch of bounces on AMD. Like, look how reliable this thing respects the VWAP. Like, it pulls back to the VWAP. You can enter on any of these bounces going long, and it's just super reliable. It maintains trends. That's the biggest thing. And so, again, AMD maintained a trend that day. This day, even, you know, the first 3 or 4 hours of the market, it just maintained this upward trend, pulled back to the VWAP numerous times where you could attack. And so the big thing is AMD respects the VWAP. And so when I'm looking for strategies here, when I'm looking for patterns and strategies, I'm really looking to see if it's going to respect the VWAP. That's what I'm ultimately looking for, is to see how well the stock is going to respect the VWAP. And again, looking at Roku, it doesn't really respect it. It kind of just chops over and under it. There's certain stocks that are going to respect the VWAP more, and there's certain stocks that are going to respect the VWAP less. And if you look at Roku, you know, this isn't necessarily respecting the VWAP for me. You know, it's crossing over under the VWAP, over and under the VWAP, and it's just making it so that it's difficult for me to trade my VWAP strategies. And that's the name of the game with my strategies. Like, if you want to know how to trade the same strategies that I specifically trade, I'm just looking at stocks that respect the VWAP. And like I said, Roku is not one of those. And so that's why you haven't seen me trade Roku like AMD does. Like I said, other stocks that we've been trading lately, like AMRN, it's been respecting the VWAP a little bit better even. You know, even with the low volume, like that first hour, look at that, it respects the VWAP. The first hour respects the VWAP. First hour, I don't know. Some of it has, some of it hasn't. But point remains, I'm looking for stocks that maintain trends. And so I'm looking for stocks that are going to hold above or below the VWAP and then confirm the trend. And some stocks just don't do that very well. Again, like I said, there's some stocks that do and there's some stocks that don't. And the name of the game with my strategy specifically is just looking for stocks that do. And so what you'll see me do a lot of the time is look for stocks that respect the VWAP and maintain trends. And if they don't maintain trends, I just usually leave them alone. If that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense. Music is fine. Good. VIR going crazy with no volume, outsiders. What's up, Bailey? Good to see you back. Somebody was Ray Ray was asking about you yesterday. He really was. Ray Ray was asking. There he is. Yep. Respect the VWAP. Yep. You got to respect it. Put some respect in that VWAP's name. You know. VIR. A few people talking about it. Whoa, yeah, VIR, guys. I gotta look this one up really quick, but they're right. VIR is going nuts this morning. Look at this. Let me look up the catalyst. I gotta find the move here for this. Anybody knows the catalyst behind VIR? Let me know. I'm trying to find it here, but VIR is going crazy, gapping up from $34.90s all the way to $60. So a huge $25 gap up here. Let me see if I can find this catalyst news real quick before the bell. But
It's also tradable.
Yeah, so yeah, this one is tradable for us. Look at this run up. Wow. Let's see VIR stock news. I'm not seeing anything here. It might be a little bit early, but I'm not seeing anything yet for VIR. If anybody knows why, like I said, let me know. Because this is a crazy move for VIR. Huge percentage move. This thing's up, at this point, it's pretty close to 100%. Just in pre-market alone. It's pretty close to 100%. It's not quite yet. 100% would be roughly 70. And so it's at 67.5, 63.5 now. But like I said, if anybody knows why this one's moving, let me know. I'm going to look one more place and see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, the agos have control right now. This is straight agorific volume just taking it off. So they might have access to a catalyst that we don't know about. Yeah. There's catalyst agos that get it in milliseconds. So
yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm pretty sure this is a coronavirus stock, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's probably what it is. I'll tell you right now. Okay, here you go. VIR Biotech to partner with VUI on antibodies to treat coronavirus.
Okay, so
yes. There you go.
So partnership came out for VIR, and like I said, look at that rip, man. That's a big move. Huge move.
I'll put the article up in the chat for you guys.
Appreciate it. What's up, Ray Ray?
So you guys can look at it too. There you go. That's the article.
Shout out to Mitch for dropping that article on us. All right, so we got 15 seconds, guys. 15 seconds. But yeah, VIR ripping up here. Let's get my trading ready to trade this market. Let's do it. Here we go.
Okay, this is the real news. VIR said it identified 2 monoclonal antibodies that bind the coronavirus causing the current outbreak. So essentially, they're saying that they found something that might fight it.
Interesting. So yeah, possible cure or
look at the gap up.
Yeah, man. Huge move. Huge move. But yeah, so basically they said they think they found a possible cure or possible way to fight the virus.
Yeah, I would say possible way of fighting. Not cure just yet, but at least antibodies that are at least showing signs.
Right. All right, guys. There's the bell. Let's do this. Should be a fun day. I'll put Mitch up since Mitch usually trades the open.
Yeah, today's going to be a little bit more confusing. You know, you got LK gapping down, a bunch of stocks gapping down and stuff like that. So you got to look for the momentum push.
Right.
Not try to overreact, at least when the market's back and forth like this.
Yeah, we got Outsiders here, man. Outsiders is an OG, so I hope you're doing well, Outsiders. Message me on Discord if you haven't already, bro.
VIR, I think, got halted.
Let me see. Yeah, it's halted. Yeah, VIR's halted, man. Honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen a stock this expensive get halted. It's been a long time since I've seen a stock like this get halted.
It takes a lot for that to happen.
Yeah, and it's halted on the way down, too, from what I'm showing. It's halted on the way down, at least on my chart. So, yeah, VIR is halted, guys. This thing is halted. Man. It's a big volatility there.
What I'm looking at right now, MU.
SPY is down to 304.90s, testing the lows now. 304.90s. The low of the day was 305, and that's at 304.80s now. So the SPY is breaking lows here.
Looking at MU right now. Trying to see if I can get a bounce here.
How many stocks are you invested in? None. I'm not an investor. So Cosmic, I know you said you're new to trading altogether. So basically what Mitch and I do here is that we're not investing in these stocks. We're not buying these stocks and holding them for any extended period of time. We are day trading. And so we are buying a stock, like you see Mitch just bought MU, and he is going to sell MU within the next 20 minutes, I would say. And so we are getting in and out within a very short...
Trying to get a little bit more, but you good. Keep going.
So we're getting in and out in a very short period of time, trying to profit based off of historical charting. That's all we're doing. So we're getting in and we're getting out, trying to profit on a very short-term basis. Point is, we're not investing in any of these stocks. These stocks, a lot of the time, the stocks we trade are terrible companies. And sometimes we're even shorting the stocks, which means we're betting that they're going to go down, right? But the point remains, we're not investing. A lot of these companies are terrible companies.
Wanted to grab a little bit more at 80. Would have brought my average cost to 85, but I don't have the buying power, so just got to stick with my original position, risk off of 80s here. Wanted to risk about 20 cents in this trade. It was really down to 68 that I wanted to risk, but just got to hold it towards that level now. Let's see if we get the bounce here. Looking good. This is where I want it to bounce here, guys. Now it's above those 90s. Now it should just keep going on up. There you go. Looking good here. All right, guys. Gonna sell 150 if this breaks out through here, right here. There you go. Sold 150 there at 51.20s, guys. Secured most of the profit there. Now just let the trade work. I'm gonna set a stop at my break-even pricing.
That's good. But yeah, you see that? So he got in and out super quick, right? So yeah, so one at a time basically. Yeah, but yeah, you see that he bought 200 shares. Within 5 minutes, he sold 150 of those shares, and now he's holding on 50 left. But we're just trying to profit like that short term. But as you guys can see, within 5 minutes of the open, Mitch is up $60-something. And so, very quick within 5 minutes,
All right, let me try to lower this so you guys can see the unrealized and realized. I try to hide my unrealized a lot of the times, guys. I'll start pulling it up once I take profit, but total profit is more than enough to see. Unrealized moves really quickly, and I have a tendency of trying to avoid staring at the unrealized because that's when I get too emotional.
Yeah, for sure. I can get that. I get that way too with unrealized. But yeah, good trade, bro.
Yep, just gonna let the rest of it work now. If it stops me out at 88 here, or 87s, that's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we got SQ ripping up. Somebody's talking about that one. We got mRNA, which is the coronavirus stock, pushing down some. SPY's bouncing a little bit. We'll see if it gets back over 305 here. But that low of the day is now at 304.60s. Tesla down. Space
interesting one for a bounce. LK.
What do you think of space here for the bounce?
All right, guys, this got out there, took my $50. Not a bad gain. Now let's start working.
What is a good place to learn how to short? We've got a lot of good short videos, teammates. So yeah, just check out. We have, like I said, we're just a free resource and community here at this channel. So like, we're not selling courses, but we do have free courses online that kind of break down how we trade. So just go to our YouTube and go to playlists of our YouTube channel and look for free trading course. We've got like 25 classes. We got a lot of good short strategies. Like we got the VWAP fade is probably my favorite short position. We have the fake out fade. We've got a lot of good short videos in there. So just go check out that playlist. VIR is resumed. What's up, Mr. Bo? Yeah, VIR is back. Gap down. It's at 55.70s for VIR, but it did resume.
I feel like trading that one, but that won't give you a heart race.
Oh no, I am not touching this thing, man. One rule I have is I don't trade halted stocks. I've actually had really good results trading halted penny stocks too. Like I used to make money trading like super volatile penny stocks. The problem is that like you might make money the majority of the time, but the times you lose money, you could lose an infinite amount of money.
The spread is over $3.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh no, the spread right now is not that bad.
It tightened up right now.
Yeah.
It was at 54s, 54s and 50s.
Feel bad for
It was
anybody
like
that got filled
$3
there.
spread.
Yeah, somebody got filled there, you know it.
And then it tightened up, and they
Right.
were like, "Oh crap!"
And they're screaming right now, you know. Yeah, VXRT just halted as well. Outsiders? No, let me see. It did, man. Look at VXRT. Ooh, man, that one's a penny stock ripping up. We're getting 2 halted stocks today already. Man, the SPY is bouncing too here. But man, scary. Yeah, no worries, teammates. No worries, brother. 79,000 buy on the time and sales for BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me check it out. How much do you guys make a day? That all varies. We're not, like I said, we're not experts or gurus. I've been averaging roughly like 60, 80 bucks a day. But I'm a big wimp. You know, I think Mitch has been making a little bit more than me. But again, I'm a big wimp, and it varies. You know, it varies to how we're feeling, what the market gives you. In trading, you just have to take what the market gives you. And so if the market's not giving you anything, if the market's not favorable for your style of trading, the best thing to do is actually just to sit back and not trade at all. And so it just depends. But I would say on average, the most I've made in a day is a few thousand. And, you know, on average, I would say I'd probably make anywhere between like $75 and $200 is probably.
All right, guys, missed that chance to rebuy MU at 50.90s. I really wanted to grab it when it bottomed out there at 50.80s again, but it spiked so quickly to 51 that I let it go. And now it's breaking out of the flag. Really good trade there. 3 resistance tries, 3 supports. That calls for what? That means that if that support holds, you should get a push towards resistance. We got a great push out here. So missing that trade there. I'm kind of a little upset that I didn't grab the 50.90s because I had the second there, but slight hesitation there. Great breakout there in MU.
Yeah, we're getting the SPY shoot up here. Check out the SPY.
AMD, VWAP bounce.
Check out the SPY rebound here, guys. So the SPY just went red to green. Ripped up pretty big. It's at 306.80s, so we are getting that rebound here from this big drop. So hopefully we have a green day in the market. I think we need it. But yeah, the SPY is rebounding here.
That's what I expect. At least some kind of rebound. Remember, the flush came after the afternoon yesterday. Came at like 12. So it did bullish for the pretty much the morning, and then flushed at 12.
Yeah.
Opening moves look like bounce backs.
I'm looking at mRNA. mRNA is kind of pulling back to the VWAP. It put in a really obvious high up there at 35.20s, and so, you know, the reason I'm not going to trade mRNA, though, is because it's a coronavirus stock, and it's going to be a little bit more unpredictable today, I think. I think if the market runs up, the coronavirus stocks might actually go the other way. It just depends on the sentiment overall, and so for that reason, I'll probably just not trade it. But mRNA is kind of setting up for what I call a fake out fade with a tight risk level. We also have SQ, which is maybe going to confirm a downward trend now. SPY's pulling back. We'll see if it holds support where that previous high of the day was at 305.80s. We'll see if the SPY bounces right there at 305.80s, right around the VWAP.
Looking at CGC, seeing if this one's going to bounce back here. Chewy looking strong today. We'll look for that one to pull back to VWAP. Just made a over 50-cent move up, so we'll look for a pullback.
So there's the pullback in mRNA. Like I said, this is where I would enter at 34.80s, and then I'd risk off of 34 or 35.20. So my risk would be about 40 cents. Like I said, the only reason I'm hesitant is because it's a coronavirus stock and it's super volatile for mRNA. But we'll watch it. It is kind of the setup that I generally trade. It's still a little bit early though. VXRT did resume, and it's back down, all the way back down to 270s. And then again, it's just a good example of why I don't trade some of these big halted penny stocks. Just can be incredibly volatile and risky. VIR is still halted on the downside again. When did this get halted? This got halted 5 minutes ago. Let's see if it resumes now. Here's the resumption. Yeah, there's the resume right there. Gapping up for VIR. It's at 53.70s for the resumption. Let's see what happens with VIR. But this is one that has a huge $30 range in 5 minutes. This thing has moved over $30 in 5 minutes, guys. Actually, it's exactly $30 in 5 minutes, from $70 down to $50 in 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in exactly 5 minutes, this thing has moved a huge amount for VIR. Extremely risky.
AMD is doing a third bottom here. I'm going to pay attention to see if it wants to continue ripping after this. Let's see what happens here. See if it just get knocked down. Support right now is 45.60s.
It's the best app to use to day trade. It's all subjective. Greet. VIR. Yeah, I'm seeing that one, Mr. Bo. That one's going crazy. Etsy now ripping, Darren. Let's check out Etsy. Yeah, Etsy's up. Etsy is ripping. Etsy's up to 57.20s. SPY pulling back below the VWAP now, too. NNVC. What's up, outsiders? Yeah, NNVC's a coronavirus stock as well here. It's pulling back to the VWAP, though. Huge range. I don't mind this one at all, though, because you could use like 1150 as your risk or so, right? Use 1150 as your risk, or you got an easy risk, big reward target. It's just a big range, so you'd have to scale down in size if you were going to take it. And it's also a coronavirus stock, but I don't hate that 1150 risk and like a 1250 reward target. So you could have like a 50 cent risk, big reward target. I don't hate that for NNVC. I think NNVC is tradable for us too here. Yeah, it is. So you can trade NNVC on test, but
massive volume getting put up on 45.60s for AMD, and we're talking massive. If I say massive, that's massive. There's like, it shows up and there's like an order for 400, there's an order for 500, there's an order for like 300. We're talking million shares is getting put up on the bid side on 45.60s right now.
Somebody said VIR is halted for the third time again today.
Look at that. Look at that reaction there in the AMD. That volume got put up there at the 60s, and man, it got hit.
Yeah, I think it's got to test that low of like 45.35 right there.
SPY just tanked.
Yep.
SPY just flipped everything that it did this morning.
It's going to drag some stuff down.
So be careful, guys. Especially if you're trading long.
VIR halted for the third time today, which, we'll see what happens, but kind of scary. VIR getting halted for the third time. It's been a long time since I've seen a stock this expensive get halted. And, it's one of those things where we'll see what happens, but
VIX breaking out. Gold, try to bottom here. I might try to buy gold.
NNBC jumping right at that 1150 level I talked about. Let's see, when was this halted again? This was halted at 8:44, so we've got about 3 minutes until VIR hopefully gets resumed, as long as it's a 5-minute halt. What's up, Jay? IBIO, just playing with the penny stock this morning. Yeah. Appreciate the subs, Sonny, Jenny, Sarav. Appreciate the subs, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning right here on YouTube. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the bell. We do this live every day. Show some support for what we do here. Hit that like button, smash that like button. Let's try to bring that number up to over 100. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And if you click the bell, guys, you'll get an alert every time we go live. And we go live every single weekday morning. And so remember to hit that subscribe button and click the bell if you want an alert every time we go live each morning. Where's my tank emoji? I gotta do one. I'm gonna have to get somebody to draw one, but I got you, Bailey. I'm gonna make one. Yeah, SPY is below the VWAP, below the low of the day. So the low of the day previously was 304.60s, and the SPY is now at 304. It's testing 304.
I want gold to make a triple bottom here around 21.16, 21.17. Get a bunch of volume ripped through VWAP. There, well, there's a spike right there. It just wicked through that because someone bought up a whole bunch of shares there. Wicked up and came right back down.
Yeah, that one's not showing on mine. It might be a glitch.
GOLD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a glitch.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Q. Welcome to the team. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't already. We do this live every day, so don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, hit that like button too.
Chewy interesting me here, but with the market doing the way it is, I don't know if the VWAP bounce play is the best play to play right here.
I have some extra cash and we'll be waiting for the corona scare is off and then going long. Gold is a great option to diversify now, but I think it should be sold off when the coronavirus scare is over. Yeah, I think so too. I think that the mostly the rule of thumb with a lot of investors, and sometimes in trading, you got to do what all the other investors are doing. You got to follow the pack, and that's what's going to give you the best results. But I think that when the market is unstable and when people have a lot of bearish sentiment in the overall market, a lot of the time gold tends to rise and people end up buying up gold when people are skeptical of the overall market. And so with that said, during the coronavirus scare, gold, probably will rise a little bit more. And I do agree with that logic for the most part, which is that after the coronavirus scare is over, and we don't necessarily know when that's going to be, but once that coronavirus scare is over, I think gold will come back down some. But again, it's pure speculation. But I do kind of agree with that logic, Brian. Appreciate the sub. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. All right, so there's no resume yet on VIR. So we did get that bounce on NNBC exactly at 1150. So exactly at the level we talked about. It's at 1208 now, bounced exactly down to the very cent off of that 1150 point I talked about. So hope somebody took that.
Is Chewy bouncing at VWAP? I'm not going to take it, guys, just because the way the market's moving today, but there is a VWAP bounce play possibility.
VIR is resumed. It's at 62 now, so VIR is resumed. Another 5-minute halt. It's up to 62, testing that 62 level. VIR is just so difficult to trade. If anybody's trading that right now, to be completely honest, that's just straight gambling, because it's specifically day trading, because this thing is just kind of, you don't know where it's heading. It's just getting halted, going up, getting halted, going down, getting halted, going up, and so it's just extremely risky. NNBC is pulling back. This is what I call a rebound bounce setup, entering at 1180, using that previous 1150 level as risk. So your risk is about 30 cents, and you can give yourself a pretty big, like 70-80 cent reward target to have better than 2-to-1 reward to risk. The problem with NNBC is that the spread is pretty rough. It's about a 15-cent spread, but it is setting up for what I call a rebound bounce setup. And so this is what I'm talking about, just to show you guys really quick. It pulls back to the VWAP here. You can see it bounced right here that I talked about. It ran up, it pulled back to the VWAP, and then you can use this low down here. This low light right there is risk. And I'm not going to say this is going to work. I'm not going to trade it because it's a little early and it's a coronavirus stock, and so I'm a little bit more skeptical of it. But a lot of the time it'll push up, it'll pull back, and then it'll bounce back up like this. And so we'll see. But that's the setup. Like I said, it's still a little bit earlier, and it's not really the same sector I generally trade. But entering at 1180, giving yourself an 1150 risk, 30-cent risk, and then a big reward target up here at like 1230s isn't like terrible. It's at least 2-to-1 reward to risk there. But again, not really my style per se for coronavirus moves for NNBC. So we'll see what happens, but that's the strategy. Now's a great time to sell my beginner trading water filters, Joe. Nah, man, I'm not saying. What I'm saying though is that when the coronavirus, regardless of what happens, when the coronavirus scene is calm down some, and eventually it will calm down. It's not the end of the world, you know. But when that calms down, I think gold will drop. Like I said, mostly who I was making fun of with the whole water filter thing is Alex Jones, because Alex Jones is like, the world is ending. The world is ending. We have the best water filters ever, so if you want to buy our water filters, you know, buy these now. You know, the world is ending. I'm going to put a bunch of propaganda out there and then use that to profit by selling stuff, you know. That's who I'm really making fun of with that. I got eliminated from the competition. Don't stress, Tiny. There'll be another one. APT. Yeah, APT's just kind of sideways for now, though. Until it breaks 21, I don't like it. It's just too sideways.
Yeah, I gotta see if LK is gonna bottom here.
Yeah, I got eliminated on like day 2, so you did better than me, Tony. You know.
The end, guys. Only 1-1.
Yeah. You know, with 6,000 plus people in that competition, like I was talking to Danelle, and he came in number 4. Like, he was the number 4 trader in that competition. I was telling him, I was like, look, there's thousands and thousands of people in that competition, and so the fact that anybody could at least even come in the top 100, even if you didn't win, even if you came in the top 50, especially if you came in the top 20, that's a huge accomplishment, because again, there's thousands of people that are in this competition. Even the best traders in the world are going to have a hard time cashing and ranking in that competition. And so there is a degree of luck, but there is a degree of skill too. And so, like I said, if you came anywhere in the top 200, even if you didn't cash, that's still an amazing job. And that should give anybody that did that a lot of confidence as them, you know, as a trader. And so, you know, I'm really happy for our team, but, you know.
All right, there you go, guys. There's the LK bounce. I'm going to try to get someone to pull back here if I can get it.
What's your rank? Say it, Master. Say it. You're not flexing. You know, we get it. I'm encouraging you too, so, you know. Hey, Tiny, I saw your Ford Motor Company.
All right, guys, risking 20 cents here.
I saw your Ford trade go really well, Tiny.
Risking 20 cents here. 37.60s is my risk. Got it at 37.80s. Good pullback buy. Good risk to reward. Let's see what happens. What I would want to see is a SPY just juice up here. The one I like too is Square coming back. Square had good earnings. Chewy. You see that VWAP bounce?
See, I'm still bummed out I didn't get in NVC. Chewy? Let me see.
Yeah, man. I wanted that one. I just got a little nervous with the SPY that was tanking right when it went to VWAP. But look at that. That's a beauty.
Yeah, that one did.
It's 2 days in a row. Yep. 2 days in a row. Beautiful trades on Chewy available.
Does anybody see NNVC? I called it out down to the very cent, guys. Down to the very cent. There's the bounce up to 1206 now. Bounced right off of that 1180 level I talked about. So just a really profitable trade. That rebound bounce strategy is legit. You guys saw me break that one down, you know, just now on stream. And that rebound bounce strategy is super legit. It works really, really well. Same thing with mRNA, which is the other side. I called out that fake out fade with the exact same thing. Prior to that too, so you know, I hope somebody called NNBC even if I didn't take it myself, because the strategy was there for sure. Tight risk too. Hey, Master, that's great, bro. That's great, man. Congrats, man. That's awesome. We came in 4th, Tiny. We came in 4th place out of 11 teams. So we did pretty good. Last time we came in 2nd. This time we came in 4th. We've consistently ranked in the top 50% at least in the competition. And so we did a great job. I'm super proud. Like I said, unlike a lot of the other teams, we are not experts. Like, we're not selling courses or anything like that. Like, we are just a free resource for traders to get together and learn for free, you know. And so the fact that we can consistently come in the top 50% of these competitions is pretty cool. I'm really happy and proud of that. Jones has to make money somehow. Yeah, but when you spew like I said, when you spew propaganda and then use that propaganda to profit, I just lose respect for you, you know. Basically, he gets people scared and then sells them products to take advantage of that emotion. And, like, that's what I don't like. That's what I don't respect. But, yeah, NNVC, guys. Beautiful breakout. Called it down to the very cent just now. Hope somebody got it. Same thing with mRNA. Same exact.
Reversal there. LK, guys. Might have to step out here. $60s on the bid there. Might have to get out. I'm out. $50 loss there, guys. A little bit more than I wanted, but I got 55s there when I sold out. Wanted to get out at 60s, risked a little bit more than I wanted there. Risked 25 cents when I only wanted to risk 20 cents. Had a chance there to take $20, but that's not what I was looking for. Market just holding up here and going sideways. Might be it for me. I take my shots out the open. If they're there, they're there. If not, get out of here.
I love that I can come in here and learn from everyone, including Chad. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad I found you guys. Very cool channel. Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, we're just a free resource here. Like, we're just people will get mad at me because I don't make enough or you know, whatever reason, right? The reality is like we don't charge people for anything. Mitch and I could lose every single day and nobody could tell us a thing. You know, nobody could get mad at us because it's like I said, we're just a free resource and community. It's just like if we ran a blog for, you know, mechanics, you know. We don't have to be the best mechanic in the world to run a blog for mechanics. You know what I mean? It's just a resource and community, you know. It's a human channel for normal humans. That's right. Like I said, Joe, listen, I'm just saying, I think people get wrapped up in people like Alex Jones because they are constantly putting propaganda out there and just kind of influencing people's emotions. They say the world's gonna end, you know, a few years ago Alex Jones said that they were gonna come and take everybody's guns, you know, and they were gonna go door to door and they were gonna take everybody's guns, and like everybody had a big stir and got all scared about it, and then it never happened, you know. And so my point is that they use that propaganda to sell stuff, and like that's the reality. And so again, I just can't respect somebody like that. We could agree to disagree, but again, I just can't respect somebody like that. They're just using their position to influence people's emotions and then profit, and so, you know, can't respect it. We're waiting. VIR turned around, broke lows of the day. SPY's pulling back a little bit, trying to bounce off a 305. What time scale are you trading? I'm mostly using the 1 minute chart. Mitch uses the 5 minute a little bit more often than I do.
Just calling one out for you, John. You got fake out fade and square. Looks like it.
Joe says, do you have affiliates? Yeah, I have affiliates, but I don't tell people the world's gonna end if you don't buy my affiliate stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. Like, I don't tell people the world's gonna end. I think that's a big difference, you know? I think everybody has affiliates, but I don't. It's just about whether you tell people the world's gonna end if they don't buy your product, you know? Square, I don't hate it. It just has to come back down to 80.50 and then bounce, I think. Alex Jones sweats Red Bull. Yeah, for sure.
We will see if square rejects here.
And NBC pulled back. Hope somebody took that breakout. It's pulling back now. We'll see what happens. Still looking for some stuff though. Really, I got about 15 minutes before I can trade, so I'm just hanging out. How do you get to your heart to stop pounding when you're in a trade? Consistency and just conditioning, right? Like when you trade, the biggest thing is you got to learn how to trade, and you got to learn how to just condition yourself to make the right decisions. And so you're going to be talking about, you're going to be trading over and over and over again. And when you do it enough, you're going to get good enough at it to where your emotions aren't going to be as much in play. Like when I trade anymore, my emotions usually aren't that bad. It just depends on the sizing I'm using. But most of the time, like I could win, I can lose, and I'm usually not necessarily upset. But again, it just takes time. It takes conditioning. It just takes doing it over and over and over again until it doesn't stress you out. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, I'm going to make a trade here that I don't do that often. Trying to call the bottom here on gold. So I'm seeing the market tank there. I think it could get a good lift here. Just took a starter position. Only 300 shares. Risking 10 cents right now. A little bit over 10 cents. 2080s.
Wait, so did mRNA get halted? Did it really, Darren? It kind of looks like it did. No, it didn't. 28.58. Oh, it did get halted. Wow. The mRNA got halted at the bottom. Why? I wonder. I mean, I guess it was testing the low of the day, but weird.
Yeah.
Which orders? Q. Where do you think the bottom of A and D is? Yeah, take small sizing to start. I think that's actually a really good way to do it. And I think the biggest problem with new traders a lot of the time is that new traders, they get started and they end up trading just huge sizing, right? Like I said, it's another reason I dislike penny stock gurus, because it's like new traders get started, they see their guru trade 5,000 shares or 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares, and they get started and they say, well, I'm doing this to make money, so I have to trade huge, I have to trade big. And that's just the worst thing for a new trader. Like really, a new trader should Instead, trade very, very small. They should trade very, very light, like, a few hundred shares max. And especially if you're brand new, there's nothing wrong with taking like one share, like Mitch always talks about, or like 20 shares, or 50 shares, depending on the range of the stock. But it also boils down to what the range of the stock is, because, for instance, a $5 stock can move more than a $50 stock. A $5 stock can have a bigger range than a $50 stock. And so you do have to understand the range and then trade the appropriate share size with that. But regardless, it's all going to boil down to how much experience you have. And when you first get started, you definitely want to scale down. You don't want to try to copy the gurus and trade 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares. It's just not what you want to do. No. If AMD respects the VWAP, you would want to wait for it to pull back to the VWAP to get in. And right now it's pretty extended, a few bucks away from the VWAP. At least from my style of trading, What's up, JB? What's up, Crave? Mitch is in gold. That moment when you miss your trade because I was watching your stream. Hey, dude, we're entertaining over here, Jerome. That's what we do. Salary, 30-day. $0.00. There you go. $0.00, sir. Yeah, I don't have a salary, man. I don't work for a company, bro. I should sell merch certs, respect the VWAP. Yeah, more so it's going to be tank, Dare I say tank is what the merch is going to say. It's going to say, dare I say, quote, tank, $0.00. Yeah, Brave. I don't own a salary, bro. It's not me. Sorry guys, Mitch had to reload TAFs, so I got him back up now.
Just gotta reload everything. Hold on a second, I gotta reload my charts too.
Okay.
My internet connection, even Zoom told me was unstable.
Comcast life, bro.
You know how it goes. Look at this.
Yeah. You gotta get that gigabit, bro. They don't have the gigabit where you live, man. I got the gigabit. It's not that much. It's like $130 for the gigabit.
I don't think it's needed. I have 400.
Yeah.
It's more than enough.
Right, for sure. That's plenty.
That's probably to run trading at least. That's more than enough.
Yeah, it's probably realistically what I get anyway. Like I don't get the full 1,000 megabits.
Yeah, that's what I think too. If I go in and I ask for it, they're gonna end up giving me like 600. It's like, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to pay that much for the 600.
Ray says,
I think let them come out with like 2 gigabytes. Whoa, gold! Where are you going on me? Good lord.
Ray Ray says John is a pole dancer when he's not on this. Yeah, I'm a pole dancer and I sell water filters, bros. You know, that's what I do. That's my job.
That's what you do.
You know,
Can't
sell
blame
water
me.
filters. You know, beginner trading. You need them. Yeah, DSP. What's up, brother? Yeah, I can definitely say tank. Yeah, if there's any justified use of the word tank, the last week has been it. Nice, Bailey. Hey, killing it, Bailey. Good work. Congrats.
All right, guys, this took a little bit more. I want to take a little swing here. See what happens. 75 is definitely the out. Want to see this rebound here.
Also, guys, we got 64 likes. Let's bring that number up to over 100 today. We got 244 people here, guys. 244 people. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Show your support for what we do here. Let's bring that number up to at least over 100 today, guys. We got 244 beautiful, lovely, supporting members here. So smash that like button, guys. Also, like I said, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We day trade live on stream every single day right here on YouTube. Yeah, you got Google Fiber though, Steven. We don't have Google Fiber over here, man.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah. The Google Fiber actually failed. They stopped developing, believe it or not. They still have it in certain areas, but they stopped completely developing new fiber optic lines, unfortunately.
All right, guys. About to step out.
Oh, sorry, Bailey. Was that minus 111 or was that $111 up? Sorry, I thought you were saying you made money.
Yeah, guys, took a shot today. Gonna take a backs loss for the day. Started well, just pushed into it. This market's really iffy, back and forth. So maybe should have just called it quits. Broke my rule, traded after 10, and paid the price for it. So gotta stick to my rules, man.
Yeah, it happens, brother. You know, pretty small loss overall, man. You got what, like a $43 loss?
It's actually big. It was 90.
Right, but I mean overall in the day though, you know, you got a $43 loss. You know,
it's not the worst, but at the end of the day, guys, can't break your rules. You got to set your trading strategy. My trading strategy was not after 10 a.m.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I talked about it yesterday, guys. I do good in the open. Should not be trading after 10. I keep trading after 10. I think a part of it's just I'm used to trading until about 11. But I need to just, if I need to turn the computer off, I'll need to turn the computer off and just speak to you guys. I'll speak to you guys. But definitely need to respect that rule. Every single time I break it, I lose big. Stop breaking it. You might stop losing.
That happens, brother. You know, pretty small loss overall though, so hang in there.
Yeah, just can't trade the afternoon for sure.
All right, so you did make money, Bailey. So you made $111. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Is you made 111. So that's pretty solid. Good work. 2 green trades. So yeah, that's what I figured. Joe says, "What are you selling, bro? Kind of hypocritical." I mean, I'm not gonna keep arguing with you about it, Joe. Like I said, we all have our affiliates, and I get it. Joe Rogan has his too, but the reality is like I said, I'm not telling people the world's gonna end if they don't buy my stuff, and that's the difference. I see how the dash looked like a minus sign. My fault. Yeah, that's what I think. Everybody was like. Everybody thought you were losing. I'm still waiting. I'm not seeing anything I really love right now. We got AMRN. You know, we got CGC maybe for a bounce on AMRN. CGC on a pullback maybe. MU maybe. Like I said, if anybody sees any that look okay, pin doesn't look that bad. I would have to just risk off of 28.08, and so my risk would be about 18 cents or so right here. If I can get a bounce up to like 27, it might be a little bit more favorable. Like I said, I looked up my TraderView stats, and let me see actually what my accuracy has been the last few days. I uploaded my TraderView stats live, or not live, but I can upload them live if I need to. But let me see. So yeah, since let's see the 17th. Let's see. Yeah, so since the 17th, I'm running at 77% accuracy. I've had 10 winning trades, 3 losing trades, 4 green trades in a row max. Average losing trade is $12. Average winning trade is $43.58. A profit factor of 12.1. Wow. Look at this, guys. I'm actually very, very proud of that. Look at that. That is crazy. That's probably the biggest profit factor I've ever had. Look at this. So 76.9 accuracy, profit factor of 12.1. Damn. That is easily the biggest profit factor I've ever had. My largest gain is $201.75. My largest loss is $22. Wow. 13 trades, 10 winning, 3 losing. Total gain in the last week of $399. Average daily gain of $80. Average winning trade is $43.58. Average losing trade is $12. So, man, really proud of those results. AMD is tanking. Dare we say tanking, guys? Is it? We gotta be careful when we use that word, but yeah, it is tanking, actually. I wonder what MU's doing, which is one of its competitors. MU's not really doing much. What's the SPY doing? And so yeah, like I said, you guys want to see if that's legit, like watch. I'll do this. Like look, so this is my stats since the 1st, right? But if we look at my stats from the 17th up until today, all green, and that's where I got those really good results. That's 77% accuracy rate. But yeah, so this is from the 17th, right? So just to show you guys, we go back and we delete all of these trades. And we upload these from, we go to trade, historical data, trades. We go to my account here. We go from the 17th up until today. Filter. Oh, it's over 7 days. Okay, so we have to go to the 24th first. There we go. 1. We'll just name it 1. We go to this. We go to import. Choose. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. 1. Refresh. Refresh. All right, so that's half, the first half. And then we go from the 24th to the 27th, which is today. Really, it's not going to show today, though, because I haven't traded at all. We're just going to name that 2. Click Save. We go to Import. Choose. You see, wait, we go to Recent. Yeah, you see 2. I'm selecting 2. You can also see 2 right there. You go to Upload. Straight out of my platform. Duplicates. Whatever. Reports View. Details. Actually, so it's actually a little bit better because I guess I didn't upload yesterday's trades when I uploaded. So yeah, it's actually a little bit better than that, believe it or not. So it's 11 trades with 78.6% accuracy rate, 21% losing trades, 11 wins, 3 losses. Largest gain is $201.75. Largest loss is $22. Average hold time for my winning trade is 13 minutes. My average hold time for my losing trade is 5 minutes. Max consecutive losses is 1. Max consecutive wins is 4. My average daily gain is $79.25. My average daily, my average daily gain or loss is $80 a day. Average winning trade is $46.50. Average losing trade is $12. Profit factor of 14.21. In the last week and a half. 14.21 in the last week and a half. That's probably the best week I've ever had, best week and a half I've ever had trading, with at least specifically accuracy wise. I know I've gone on green streaks where I've actually gone a little bit longer than this, but really proud of these results, man. Like I said, I'm sure Master hates me because he said he hates people that flex. I think in trading, you got to give yourself, you got to take your wins, and you got to give yourself credit when you get it. But man, really, really happy with that. Let's see, where was it? Let me see, the instrument and stuff like that. Like the stocks I've been trading. So my best stock was actually ENPH, Space, CGC, MU, AMRN, IQ. Tesla is the worst one. I've only had one losing trade, I guess. I wonder what these 3 losing trades were, you know? Let me see. I wonder what the losing trades were. Trades view. Alright, so we had one on AMD, but okay, that's why. So my loss was on AMD, and that was actually the accident when I tried to buy MU instead. So I don't even know if we should count that as a loss. We have AMRN, which is 22 bucks. And so, yeah, like I said, I just got to check out my stats. I'm really proud of those stats. You know, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and really happy with it. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, Jerron. Appreciate it, Lago. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, Gustavo. Thanks, man. Thank you, Jacob. Like I said, guys, I gotta give myself some credit. It's been a solid, like I said, I had a 14.5 profit factor, which is like risk reward. So, you know, that's legit. I'm super pumped about that. And like I said, you guys saw me upload that live. And so it's like, I mean, I've been streaming it all live anyway, but you guys saw me upload that live myself. Watch me have a big losing day now. And I might not be making that much. Like, I might have only made 400 bucks during that time frame, or like 450 bucks in that time frame. But my stats are legit, and if I scale up, it would have been much better. So yeah, really happy with those results. Those are, like I said, those are probably the best. That's probably the best week and a half I've ever had trading altogether. But yeah, the losses were on AMRN. That this was actually a mistake trade, and so really, if it wasn't for this error, it would only be 2 losses. If it wasn't for that error, it would only be 2 losses, and so it'd be 11-2 because I wouldn't have taken that trade. Because really, I was trying to buy MU and not AMD, and I bought the wrong stock, and so I immediately got out, and that's why it was like a $4 loss, because that was the spread for me getting in and out immediately. So yeah, not bad. Roughly, if it wasn't for that, it would be like 80% accuracy or a little bit higher, and so which is what I thought. I thought I was running at like at least 80%. But like I said, I haven't traded much off stream either, and so it's almost all been on stream. So it's like I can't fake that. Imagine buying 200 shares of Tesla on accident. Dude, I bought 50 shares of Tesla the other day on accident and lost $200 immediately, and I was so bummed out. I did it on stream too. Don't stress it, Greet. It's tough, man. Space is a tough trader, and like I got really lucky with it, but it's a tough trader for sure, brother. I appreciate it, AY. That's really good for this week. Have you been playing Bear Place? I don't know. Let me look. I think mostly I've been doing a mix. I think. Let me look. I don't know if this says. Let me see if it'll tell me. Yeah, I'm averaging. I don't know. I gotta see if it'll show me how to do shorts versus longs. I don't know. I don't know how to check. Here's my win days versus loss days. Like, yeah, 100% winning days. No losing days, which is legit. I'm happy with that. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. We'll see. I don't know how to see if they were short. I know I've been doing a little bit of a mix. I've been doing a lot of rebound bounces and fake out fades is mostly what those stats have been from. Again, I put out a video on it the last few days, but that's mostly what it was. It's just rebound bounces, fake out fades, a little bit of a mix between all of them. So right now, I'm not seeing anything I really love. I'm going to wait for AMD to pull back some here. Nice, JB. I'm gutless. Couldn't take T-Vix. Yeah. I wonder if they would blame Trump for the coronavirus. Nah, they can't blame him for that. Alright, guys. So I'm just hanging out. Well, I'll end up trading some more. Hey, well, good luck, Keenan. You got this, brother. Yeah, markets, I'm not seeing anything I really like in this market either. Like, the only thing I'm kind of thinking about right now is AMD. Like, if AMD pulls back here, maybe, like, if AMD pulls, pulls this number right here where it, like, bounces back, I might short into that bounce back and then use this level as a risk, like, right here, maybe, as for, like, a really tight risk with a small share size since it has a pretty big range on the day. So I might short into, like, a bounce up here. I'm looking at that. And that's really it. Like maybe CGC as well, but everything is such, with the market being like it is, everything is so extended away from the VWAP. Like everything's so extended away from the VWAP that it's really difficult to jump into some shorts. And that's the biggest issue. Like it's really difficult to jump into some shorts because everything's so far away from the VWAP right now that it's hard to get anything that is at the right range. You know, if I jump in anything short right now, I'm shorting it so close to the bottom that there's just a big likelihood that it's going to bounce back up and be a losing trade. And so in order for me to want to short anything, I need it to bounce back a little bit and you know, get in kind of like a dip buy, which I'm not seeing anything right now. Like I said, everything I'm looking at is kind of extended away from the VWAP, and so there's nothing that looks super favorable for me right now. And yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to be patient and wait, but I'm not really seeing anything I love. We're just going to hang out, though, and wait. It all depends on your style, JB. You know, like if you're trading range breakouts, like this is probably a great market for it. And so everybody, it's all preference, it's all style. Like everybody has a different style, you know. Short the world. Yeah, I guess that's about right now. Yeah, so I think the big thing here for the SPY is 300. But I think this coronavirus is like severely impacting the market. It's kind of scary, but like this is the big level here. So yeah, I'm just waiting for some pullbacks if we get them. But right now, I think the big level is 300. I think that's a big level. I think we're also kind of around it now, but I think this is the big level here. And, we'll see what happens with the SPY, but it's kind of scary to trade, honestly. I don't know. I'd prefer to just wait. I don't know where the bottom is specifically, Joe. I think it has a lot of support at 300, the whole dollar. And I think that's a big psychological level as well. Yeah, the daily chart, look, I got it up now. This is a scary chart to look at, guys. A very scary chart. I'm scared of this chart today, Andrew Golly, appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. We got 87 likes. Let's bring that number up to over 100 real quick. We should have one big push, and we should break 100 likes in this stream today. And so if you appreciate this content, if you appreciate what we do here, hit the like button. We do this live for free every day. We don't claim to be experts and gurus. Like I said, I uploaded my Trader View stats live, so I can't fake that even if I wanted to. And you see I'm pretty consistent. You want to see what it's like day trading the market? We give out free content on a daily basis. You got to appreciate that. Hit the like button, guys. Show your support for what we do here. Hey, appreciate the sub, though. Are we in a recession? I don't know, man. I think it's just the coronavirus. The coronavirus is freaking everybody out, and understandably so. Like I said, as a parent, I'm scared of the coronavirus. Market's edging closer and closer to 300 now. Look, there's 393s. We're going to see if we break that, and if it bounces there. I hope it bounces for our economy's sake, but it's a scary market, guys. It's a scary market. With these coronavirus fears, it's going to influence the market a ton. And, I still think in the U.S., we're still okay in the U.S. The reason we're still okay in the U.S. is because most of the people that are infected in the U.S. are just part of the cruise ship. They're just cruise ship passengers. Aside from that, we have like 15 people maybe that are infected in the U.S. But again, it's going to infect some people here. And, we'll see. But we're at 370s now. I think we're going to watch to see if it breaks 300 or not. Yeah, I'm not swing trading anything. Are you cool? I mean, I think I'm pretty cool. I think I'm a pretty cool dude. You know what I mean? I think, in fact, I'm very cool. If you ask my kids, I'm the coolest dude ever. You know what I mean? I'm the coolest guy ever. Really. Let me restate that. I'm just really cool. I'm like a really cool person. Yeah. So, what kind of question is that, man? Of course, I'm cool, dude. I'm the coolest person on YouTube right now. I'm definitely the coolest day trader on YouTube. Certainly, and so, subscribe, because I'm cool, But yeah, like I said, yeah, I agree, Gideon. It's pretty scary, man. As a parent, I'm scared, I'll be real, I'm scared. And so, we'll see. But as a parent, I'm a little nervous. Like I said, though, in the end, over the years, we've had, swine flu, we've had H1N1, we've had bird flu, we've had SARS, we've had MERS, we've had all of this different stuff that we've been okay from. And so I think in the end, like I said, I think there's cause to be worried. But like I said, I can't respect the people that push propaganda and then use it to profit. I can't. In the end, a lot of people are just freaking people out, and they're manipulating people's emotions so they can bank money off of it, and I think that is wrong. I know Joe and I kind of argued about it earlier, but I think, like I said, I think with people like Alex Jones, who just a lot of the stuff they say just doesn't turn out to be true. Like I said, Alex Jones told everybody in Texas that they were going to come around and take everybody's firearms in Texas, and that was going to be a big thing. And one summer, everybody freaked out and everybody was scared over it, and then it never happened, and he just never acknowledged it. You know, he had all these people get super upset and super emotional about it, and then it just never happened, you know? And it's like, it's so people like that, you know, people like that, I just can't respect it. You know, I just can't respect it. And so I guess my big thing is just be honest about it. You know, don't say it's worse than it is. That's just going to make things worse, you know? That's just going to make the problem worse. Like, just be honest about it. It's bad. I'm scared. As a parent, I don't like it. But let's not act like it's worse than it is, because that's just going to make things worse. And like I said, a lot of the time people doing that are people that are trying to profit from it. The coolest guy on my entire computer screen? I know, I think so too, you know. I'm the coolest guy ever. Sounds like a flex? It is. I'm certainly flexing, you know. I flex on people all day here. I flex on people all day. You see my reading skills, man? You see my reading skills? When I read the news, I'm flexing on everybody with my reading skills, you know? I read these biotech stocks. I'm reading these super, you know, myeloid leukemia, big words, you know, flexing. We will all get it eventually. It's the new herpes. It's just a matter of who will die. Yeah, for sure. It's not necessarily like a super dangerous virus per se. Not necessarily, you know. It's still a reason for me to be scared, and it's not a benign virus, but it's not 28 days later type, you know. It's just not. Spy bouncing a little bit here. Hey, look, we're at 99 likes, guys. We're at 99 likes. You know, hit that like button. We're going to break 100. We know we are, you know. The virus is going to weakening as the weather is warming up. I hope so, man. I hope so. Hey, I appreciate it, Omar. Thank you, brother. Yeah, for sure. Costco out of emergency food kits. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah, like I said, I'm in Texas. Everybody was scared here, and it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, then it just never happened, and they just silence. You know, and that's the problem I have with it. It just never happened. It's just silence. You know, and so point is, don't get wrapped up in propaganda, man. You know, on both sides, there's propaganda spewing everywhere. Like, don't get wrapped up in it. It's all nonsense. You know. Yeah, there's 107 guys. Appreciate the love. You know, appreciate the support. Mainly, sir. Yeah. Hey, don't tell me that, bro. I got 2 kids, man. I got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. Thank you, guys. Nice site. Hey, thank you, sir. You talking about my website? Thank you, sir. I designed that thing myself, man. All by myself. All by myself, you know. I got a beautiful website, bro. Check it out. Look at this website. Tell me this is not the prettiest website you've ever seen in your life, man. You know, look at this website. Tell me this is not the prettiest website you've ever seen. Look at that. I got my disclaimer. Look at this beautiful website, guys. Look at this. You know, designed that bad boy myself, man. Look at that beautiful website. What? You know? Look at that. Look at that, man. You know, we got free courses. You want a free class? Look, free day trading course section. Boom. You know, free day trading courses. We got all this different calculating risk reward, building trading plans, gaps, VWAP strategies, support and resistance, level 2. We got all these free classes, guys. Go check them out. They're all free. We don't charge a penny for anything. You know, we got strategy breakdowns. You want to see the strategies we use? We got long, short. Check that out. You know, got the VWAP fade, breaking it down, showing different stuff. Look at this beautiful website, you know. Lovely, if I will say myself. You know, come trade with us, you know. Y'all want to check out my website? I'll post that link here. Go check it out. Dare I say the best trading website ever, you know. The best trading site ever, guys. Go check it out. There it is. Yeah, no kids have died from the virus yet. You don't like the animated background, bro? That hurts, man. That hurts, man. I think it's cool. I can always change it if I need to. That's very simple to change. Really, I designed it like 2 years ago. I haven't messed with it since. I like the animated background. I guess it's all subjective and it's all personal preference. Yeah, Mitch helped me out a lot too with the content for their classes and stuff. So, you know, Mitch did a great job too. Mitch is a good partner. AMRN. Let me see. I'm still waiting on AMD to see if it bounces here. Like I said, 300's the level. Problem with AMD is that if the market tanks, AMD is going to tank. And so if the market bounces, AMD is going to bounce. Problem also is that it's just such a huge range at this point in time. It's just a huge monstrous range for this one. And so I'm going to wait till we get up to 44, and then I'm going to start jumping in this one. If we get up to 44, really maybe even like 43.90s, I might jump some and take some. The flex is real today. I'm flexing super hard today, man. Somebody said flex, and I just couldn't help it. I just said, you know what? Today's the day. I gotta flex. Today's the day. You know, if there's any day to flex, it's today. You know. Oh man, that's rough. I use Notepad. Yeah, like I said, I don't really see much I like. Like, I'm kind of looking at, like, cannabis stocks and AMD. That's it. Cannabis stocks and AMD. I was going to say, like, cannabis stocks and AMD. That's it. I'm waiting for this one to pull back to, like, 1850s. Short that thing. But we got to wait for it. Maybe Chewy, too. But right now, nothing's there. You know? I'm not seeing anything. Yep, well, I'm kind of scared to trade today. AMD's up to 60s. I mean, I could take, like, I don't know, what's a reasonable, like a 20 shares, 30 shares. Problem is the market's so extended on the downside, it's a little bit scary to try to short into that. But we'll see. Like I said, we get up to 44. I'll take a little bit. I'm going to just start to slowly scale into this. There's 20 shares, 30 shares. Like I said, there's 44s. I'm going to slowly start to scale into this, 50 shares. Market bouncing a little bit. Like I said, I got 50 shares. We'll see. Alright, I'm in with 100 shares now. We'll kind of add a little bit more as it gets up here, but getting some big movement. I don't mind scaling back in up to like 25 or so. Small share size right now, with how crazy the market is. I'm scared AMD is going to get like halted with the SPY going crazy or something like that. That's my biggest fear here, I guess. What's up, Z? What's up, man? What is my website? It's right here. I was just about to scale out of a little bit here too. Just about to, man. Alright, I'm gonna get out half there, hold my little 50 shares, just because AMD's pretty volatile and I can do that just to protect myself in this trade. Maybe I can add back if I really want to up here too, and then base my risk off of this 45.17 or 45.18 level. But we'll see. Just trying to get into some small trades today with limited risk, just because of how volatile and kind of crazy the market is. I think the AMD's about to bounce back up here too, though, because the SPY is moving back up. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I think AMD is going to pop back up here. I don't really like the SPY bouncing up here. I'm going to get out. Take my little win, maybe add back on the bounce back up here. I just think it's going to bounce up because the SPY is moving back up to 304. That's going to cause this one to move back up. Maybe I could add back into it. Yeah, there's the bounce back. Maybe I can add some sizing back into it on this bounce. Maybe like, I don't know, 50 shares again if I really wanted to. Keep it really pretty tight. We'll see though. Like I said, I'm trading small, guys. I'm very hesitant in this market. I appreciate it, Eagles. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Yeah, so, like I said, we'll see. I don't mind this little risk level now that it's developed here at like 44.18. I don't hate that. Like I said, though, I think the market's just moving up and AMD's going to follow it to a certain extent. But I don't hate this little risk level right here. It's not terrible. I just think the SPY is heading up now. Alright, so the SPY is breaking above the VWAP. Now you guys see why I exited. Because I'm watching the SPY, and the SPY influences AMD a significant amount. And so when I see the SPY start to push above the VWAP, I have to exit by AMD short. Like I said, give it some time here and see what happens with the overall market. Because the SPY's rebounded. The SPY's back at 304. It bounced exactly off of that 365 level. And so with that, I'm just going to wait and see. I don't necessarily like holding my short position for an extended period of time. Again, mostly because the SPY's bouncing back. If the SPY gets rejected, I'll consider it a little bit more here and maybe jump back into it, and I could use this 44.20 level as my risk or something like that. But it all depends on what the SPY does right here. What is our broker name? So if anybody wants to use the platform I use, right, and some of the biggest benefits of using this platform is that there's no PDT rule once you are approved. You can day trade in short stocks, and I think it's just the cheapest way to get started in the market. I talk about it before. I may sound like a broken record, but it's like a lot of times people come up to me and they are like, hey, I've got $500. How should I get started trading? Like, what's the easiest way? Where should I get started with $500? And a lot of times I'm going to tell them, like, TradeNet's the best option if you have less money. Because for $3.99, you get 14,000 in buying power once you're approved, and there's no PDT rule. So it operates like a prop firm, and so you become a contractor for them, and you can trade their account, and that's basically how you get around the PDT rule. But it also comes with a course, a demo account, access to their chat room, and I think that's a pretty cheap option for new traders. I think a lot of the time new traders end up saving up thousands of dollars and depositing thousands into a conventional platform, so to speak, and then they end up losing that, where with this, you're only risking what you're paying for it, which is $3.99 right now, and that's ridiculously cheap. Again, you know, you're getting 14,000 in buying power once you are approved. And the biggest thing is you can actually short stocks. So it's like if you've ever wanted to get started shorting, you know, if you're a new trader, you need a margin account to short with a conventional platform. And, you know, most new traders don't have thousands of dollars. And it's probably good that you don't risk thousands of dollars as a new trader. And so with TradeNet, it's just the cheapest way, in my opinion. You know, I can day trade short stocks. It's a decent platform. And like I said, it really allows traders to get started for cheap. To be fair, I think most traders are going to lose this account too. I think most new traders are just going to lose. It doesn't matter where they go. They can go to any other platform. They're probably going to lose there too. But when you lose on TradeNet, you're only losing what you pay for the package, which is $3.99, essentially $400. Where if you deposit thousands into another platform and you lose, you're down thousands of dollars. And so I think TradeNet packages can really save new traders a ton of money. And I think they just make sense. And so if you want to check that out, like I said, I'll post this link. I genuinely think it's the cheapest way to get started for cheap. And here's the link if you want to check that out. We do make a commission if you sign up through us. And so it is a cheap way to get started, but we do make a commission. And so, you know, of course, we're going to be biased in their favor, obviously. I could pull the whole Alex Jones things and say, the world is going to end, guys, if you don't buy these packages. But the world's not going to end. And like I said, I'm biased in their favor. And so if you want to help support our channel, you know, go check out the TradeNet packages. Does using TEFs make doing your taxes easier? I use Mero as my broker. It is a pain because I got a 1099. Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to get a 1099 with TradeNet, but you're going to have to file your taxes if you make profit. You know, there's a lot of times there's going to be a 70-30 split, but you're going to have to file it, I'm guessing, as a contractor. This is advice I don't feel necessarily comfortable with giving, and so again, I'm not a tax professional. You want to ask your tax guy that, because I'm not licensed, and I'm not going to give tax financial advice, brother. So, like I said, you want to ask your tax guy, your CPA, not me. I have no idea, not 100% sure in anything, and best to ask your tax guy, to be honest. Alright, so maybe I got scared out of AMD a little bit early. That's alright. I mean, I got a green trade. Green trade's good. We might actually bounce here in the SPY, and that might push it back up. But, you know, keeping my little green streak alive, even if it's a $15 win, you know. Is options trading easier? I mean, that's all preference, bro. It's all subjective. Like, I'm not going to say, yeah, it's easier, you know, because it might be easier for me, but it might not be easier for other people. Like I said, I don't find it easier. I'm not the best options trader. Most of the time when I trade options, I lose. You know what I mean? And so I'm not the best options trader. I find stock trader to be far easier. But again, I've traded stocks for years and years now. And so I actually know what I'm doing with stocks. I don't really know what I'm doing with options, if I'm being honest. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I know how they work. I know the basic principles of options trading. But there's some very subtle nuances that I am terrible with options. And so, yeah, I'm not the options guy. Point of all of that, the overarching point of all of that is that I'm not the options guy. You know, you don't want to ask me for options advice because I suck at options, you know, to put it bluntly. Hey, you're killing it today, Bailey. Nice work. Congrats. You're doing it. You're doing it, man. You're doing well. So nice work. That's 3 green trades today. So congrats. Nice job. Now the question remains here: do I want to short back into AMD and risk off of this 44.18 level? I think it's going to depend on what the SPY does right here. So if we look at the SPY and you look at AMD, they're strikingly similar, and I think that is what it's going to depend on, is how far the SPY goes up here. I think the SPY has a lot of resistance right here, exactly where it's at. You can see that's the opening range low right around here, and so if it breaks over that and holds that support, I definitely don't feel comfortable shorting AMD, and I would instead prefer to just wait and see what the market does. So that's my logic on it right now. I appreciate the I do appreciate, let me see who did it. I appreciate the sub, Philippe, Sinan, Andrew. Appreciate the love, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube, so smash that like button. We got almost 120 likes in here, guys, so I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's keep growing. Let's keep doing this thing. Like I said, I'm going to stick around, see if I can find anything else. I haven't found much, and the SPY's running up, so I'm assuming AMD is doing the same here. No? Yeah, so I'm going to wait and let the SPY pick a trend first before I trade. Yeah, that's I mean, I think it depends on where the SPY reverses here. That's the biggest thing, right? And so it always going to depend. As much as I would like to short some stocks here, I think that this is actually really good for the market, and I think we needed that rebound. I think if we broke under 300, there would be some pretty big panic here, you know. And so, A, I appreciate the sub. H, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so yeah, market's pushing up. I'm gonna wait. I'm looking at CGC maybe, and I don't mind like some fake out fades, but I think the market is rebounding, which is good. mRNA trade halted. Ooh, man, AMRA's taking a dive. I wonder why. What's causing the drop in some of these? I guess some other vaccine stocks for the COVID are coming out. Maybe that's it. What expiry you look at for day trading options? I tend to prefer like anywhere between 2 weeks and a month. Anything shorter than that, I'm not really trading options on. Most of the time I'm day trading stocks. If I'm trading options, it's going to be like a 2 to 4 week expiry date usually. Maybe a little bit longer sometimes, but not much. All right, and so AMD, it's tough. As much as I don't want to short, it is setting up, and I think the SPY itself is getting rejected at those previous highs, and so I think this is an interesting level. There's the previous highs. You know, that is some a confirmed level from pre-market as well, and so if AMD bounces up here, I could short into it. Using this new level as my risk, right? So if it bounces up here, 40 can be my risk. I don't hate that. It's what I call a fake out, or it's what I call, fake out fade, short position. We'll see if we get the bounce. Anything up to 44.20, I can short into it with the risk of 44.40, and my risk would be about 20 cents. So I can take, 100 shares maybe, if we do get that bounce up there. I'm a little skeptical though, and I'm scared that the market is going to continue pushing up, which is very possible. So I'm kind of on the fence about whether I should get into it or not. Like I said, it's just kind of what. So a lot of the time when I buy options, Mike, I'm looking for terrible penny stock companies, and I'm trying to buy a put option on them after they run up too much. And so with that, it's one of those things where I'm just looking for a terrible company, and then I'm trying to buy a put option on that terrible company. You know what I mean? And then, so 2 weeks to a month is usually when I found that most of those fall down, basically. All right, I just jumped in with 100 shares of AMD here. We're going to see if it rejects and comes back down. Maybe this is a bad trade, especially with the market acting like it is. But we'll see. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a win in here. Even if it's a quick win. Just basing it off of what the market itself is doing. Got to be very, very kind of careful with this one. If it starts to squeeze, it could squeeze big. I don't want it to necessarily squeeze over 44.40. So we're going to watch it and see. But only holding 50 shares to keep it pretty small. I got a risk off of this 40 level. So I'm going to give it time. Hopefully the market rejects, but not super comfortable in it, to be honest. There's 16s, 15s, 14s. I gotta be careful. The market might pop up. Got my hand over the cover button just because we're getting some volatility here, but I'm about break even right now. Alright, market's pushing up. This is going to be bad. I might exit this. Market's pushing up. Like I said, not really loving this. Luckily, I've built up a little bit of profit to where I can kind of deal with it, but maybe I should have just not traded at all. Market's pushing up, testing highs. Don't really love that, obviously. Got my hand over the cover button. Like I said, I'm still going to stick with my 40 risk level, but not loving this. Luckily, I'm able to keep it roughly break even. I mean, I might lose 10, 15, 20 bucks today. Keep it small. All right, here's the spike up on AMD. Like I said, that 40 level is my risk. We're going to see if that level holds, but not really loving it. It's getting pretty close. I'll let it test once, just in case it rejects at the $0.50. Maybe I'm holding this too long. I'm out of this thing. Market's bouncing up, breaking highs. Yeah, I probably held that one a little bit too long, unfortunately. It's alright. We'll see what I could do. probably should have just not traded and kept my little $15 profit, especially, like I said, with the market spiking up here. But like you guys saw, this is like my 4th losing trade in a week and a half. And so, I've had 11 winning trades prior till today. But this is what we're getting, is that the market is popping up over highs. And like I said, I probably should have just not traded and just stuck with nothing instead of forcing a short position when the market is squeezing up. So probably just a dumb trade by me, if I'm being completely honest. And that's all right. Like I said, no trade is perfect. $22 loss is pretty small. I think my average loss is like $22. And so it is what it is, Some of them do, Mike. Yeah, maybe you're probably right, Kenny. Like I said, it's probably just a bad trade on my end. And again, it has to do with the market squeezing up. I'm not seeing anything else I really love. Maybe if the market starts to come back down, I might take something. But for now, I might just accept my $22 loss and end the day red for the first time in a week and a half, which is okay. I don't want to let that emotion get to me and make me take a bad trade in like a sideways with stocks that aren't respecting the VWAP because of volatility. Like the SPY pushed all the way back down and then rebounded really nicely here, and so it's going to be tough to get into any of my VWAP strategies because the market is so moody, I guess I should say. But like I said, in the end, $22 loss, extremely small relative to anything really, and so we'll wait, but I'll keep the stream going a little bit longer just in case, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, probably the right move, Sam. Honestly, you're probably right, bro. It is what it is. Like I said, somebody asked, how do you keep calm in the market when you trade? And the way you keep calm, regardless of whether you win or lose, is simply just to do it over and over again. I trade every single day. I've been trading every day for years, and so now like my losses don't bother me that much. I don't get super emotional or upset or moody over a loss. I've been trading every day for years, and so losses are going to happen. I'll wait and see. The only one I'm really kind of considering is CGC, but again, it's gonna depend on what the market does here. It really is going to depend on what the market does. The market's pushing up, and so with that, not loving too much right now. We'll see, but it's got to be a pretty good setup for me to jump back in now. But we'll wait. There's the SPY reversing here, so this might be significant. We'll see, though. Bailey saying first day on my TradeNet account done for the day. I would be done. I'd be done. Like I said, take a win when you get them. Enjoy your day. Be happy with a win. Because you don't always win. And so if you've had 3 green trades today, Bailey, you're doing better than me. I would hang it up. But again, you're gonna know yourself and your strategies better than me. But just remember, Bailey, there's nothing wrong with taking a win, enjoying your day, celebrating the day, and being done. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do as a new trader, is just accepting a win or loss and just ending the day when you need to. And so, congrats, nice work if you're still here. But I don't know, it's all subjective and, to your strategy and system. So good work. Happy for you. Most people, I know when I first got my first TradeNet account, I lost big first day. And so you're doing better than I did my first day. So nice work. So, as I sit here, I'm probably leaning more towards hanging it up for the day. And the reason I'm probably leaning more towards that is that in order for me to get into a reasonable short position, I'm going to need the market to reverse. And I don't really want the market to reverse. I want the market to go up. I think it's good for our economy for the market to go up. And I think looking at the intraday chart in the SPY, it doesn't really look like the market's going to reverse. In the last 45 minutes or so, the market has been going straight up. And so with that, banking on a short position might be a little bit risky right now. And I don't think it'd be the right move just waiting to short something, because the only setups I'm really seeing right now are short positions. I could go long, but then I would be kind of trading a different strategy than what I usually trade. The only long strategies I usually like are rebound long setups, like rebound bounce setups. And so I don't see any of those right now. The only setups I see are fades. And like I said, in order for the fades to be a high percentage play, I would need the market to reverse here, which I don't want it to reverse. And so I'm kind of clashing with my bias in that regard. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. And so I'm just gonna wait, and we'll see we'll see what's up, and we'll see if we can find anything. But I'm leaning more towards shutting it down in a second, because, like I said, the strategies that my system entails are not presenting themselves right now. And so with that said, sometimes the best move is just not to trade. That would mean I would have to accept that my green streak is over. I've been running on, let me see how long this green streak has been. The green streak has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day green streak. And so that would mean my 6-day green streak is in fact over if I hung it up today. But again, sometimes green streaks are not necessarily a good thing, because they encourage you and they enable you to keep trading when you should probably hang it up when the market's not giving you much. And so I might just come back tomorrow and just accept the ended green streak. But we'll see. I'm trying to wait, but I think that's probably it for me today, team. Market's testing the highs again. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hang it up. Tiny says, yep, I'm done for the day. Green on paper is a good thing. I'm up 14 cents for my 4 shares of F. So yeah, hey, green is good, Tiny. You know how it is. It doesn't matter how much you make. It just matters the trades you got into. And sounds like there were some good trades, Tiny. So nice work. Congrats. Enjoy your day. I'm trying to be patient here and wait. I just don't know if I should take anything yet, That's the biggest thing, is like, I don't know. I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to just end it, guys. Like I said, today's the end of my 6-day winning streak. One green trade, one losing trade, both on AMD, and ended the day down $22, which is completely fine. And so, yeah, I'll take it. Like I said, the 6-day green streak is over with. Unfortunately, the only way I'm going to trade again is if the market reverses and AMD sets up for a fake out fade, or maybe CGC. So, like, this is the only way I'm going to trade again, is if the market reverses and, like, CGC, for instance, comes back down here, bounces back to the VWAP, and then I can short into that and then risk off of this, right? And so, if AMD, or if CGC or AMD pull back below the VWAP and then bounce back up to the VWAP right here, I can short into that, risk off of that, and then give myself a reward target down here. So at like 1820 or so, right here is where I'd try to take profits, get in at 1860, risk off of 1885, so 25-cent risk. Let me see. It's roughly 2 to 1. So 1860 up to 1880 really is right about where it is. So about a 20-cent risk, and then from 1860 down to 1820, and so about a 40-cent reward target. So about 2 to 1, a little bit less since this is a little bit higher at 82, but roughly 2 to 1 reward to risk. And so that's what I'm looking for CGC, and that's the only way I'm going to get back into anything in this market. And again, I think that's pretty unlikely, considering the SPY looks like it's testing those highs again at 306, and I actually want the market to go up. And so with that, I'm probably just going to close it down. Like I said, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll push this one more time before we close it. But yeah, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link. Here's the link if you want to check it out. Like I said, for $3.99, you get there's a lot of benefits if you really think about it. Like paper trading platforms, you know, if you think about like an intro package, right? An intro package is $3.99, right? And if you're looking to get started day trading, I think it's the cheapest option, because if you really think about it, it's $3.99. If you can extend that intro account when they give you a $14,000 funded account to trade with. And so if you could extend that account for 3 months, you're paying $100 and something a month essentially for that intro package. Paper trading platforms alone are $100 and something a month. Like DOS Pro, it's like $100 and something a month just for paper. And so the fact that you could get a funded account, there's a profit split of 70-30, but it operates like a prop firm, so where you get to keep 70% of your profits, and you could potentially make money with this account, and it comes with the course, and it comes with a day trading, paper trading platform for a few weeks, and access to their chat room, and the funded account that you can actually short on with no PDT rule and get way more buying power than you would anywhere else. That makes a ton of sense for new traders. Like I said before, I think most new traders would probably lose it too, because most new traders lose, but this is a much cheaper way to get started. It's easily the cheapest way a new trader can get their feet wet in the market for sure. I think the only other options for a new trader aside from this are depositing a few $1,000s, maybe you stock trade, but then you can only go long. You know, the platform's way worse, and I think this is just the cheapest way. And so, like I said, there's the link if you want to check that out. It's a great way to help support our channel. Naturally, I'm biased in their favor because I post referral links for them, and so, you know, it is what it is. But if you want to check that out, you can. You can also check out Trade Ideas, which, in my opinion, are the best scanners in the market. They're the most real-time, they're the most customizable, and they really allow you to build strategies and stuff around these scanners and vice versa. Build scans around the different strategies you use. Like as you can see here, I have a VWAP fade scan that tells me when stocks cross under and over the VWAP. And so there's the link if you want to check out Trade Ideas as well. There's the link. If you want to use promo code BT15, you can get 15% off of Trade Idea scanners. And so go check those out, guys. Anyways, good luck in the market. We'll see you all next time for this. We'll see you guys tomorrow for this live stream. And like I said, guys, I appreciate all the love. We had a bunch of subs today. I think we had like over 50 subscribers today during this stream. We had 123 likes on the stream alone. And so I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the support. GDO says, what's that saying on scared money? I think when you first get started trading, you have to be scared. And I think you should be scared. I think when you first get started trading, Jed, you have to respect the risk you're taking in the market, right? You have to respect it. Most new traders are going to lose, right? And so as a new trader, you can either lose like an intro package, which is $3.99, or you can deposit a few $1,000s because, you know, you rush too quickly into trying to really make a living from it before you're really ready, and you can lose thousands. And I think a lot of the times new traders end up losing thousands. Like for instance, I could tell you the story about how I got started trading. Bailey says, I was super skeptical on TradeNet, to be honest, and have been happy with the process so far. Just my 2 cents. Hey, well, congrats, Bailey. But yeah, TradeNet's a solid option. And like I said, you gotta have reasonable expectations. Like, listen, a $3.99 account with a $700 max loss is very difficult. Like, it's very difficult to build. I'm not gonna lie to people. Like, having a $700 max loss in trading is extremely difficult. It's possible though, and you can actually make money from it, but you got to be a good enough trader. And even if you don't make money from it, the experience that you gain from these intro packages on TradeNet and from these packages is super valuable. Because again, the only way you're going to get that experience elsewhere is if you risk thousands of dollars. And so that experience is incredibly valuable. It's really, really valuable. And so that's what people got to understand, is that it's like, look, it's super difficult to grow a TradeNet account, but it's possible and you can make money from it. The reality is most people are going to lose, just like most people are going to lose wherever they go. You know, it doesn't matter. I lost tons of TradeNet packages and tons of trading accounts in general. When I first got started trading, I deposited like $2,000 or $3,000 into SureTrader, lost all of it within a few weeks. All of it. Deposited more, lost more of that. I was probably down $3,000 or $4,000 within the first 2 months of my trading getting started. And the reason for that is because I traded way too large. I deposited money and I jumped in with 500, 1,000 shares. And that's just way too big for a new trader. A new trader should be buying 100 shares, maybe. You know, maybe 50 shares, maybe 1 share. depending on what your commission rate is like. And so that's the issue with new traders, is that they just rush into profits. They rush into sizing. Take it slow, guys. Like I said, and the experience you gain from a TradeNet account is going to be super, super valuable, because you're risking less, but you're still trading a decent sized account that's going to teach you to build rules around your trading. And that's what it's all about. And so, anyways, that's it for the day. Story time. Tell us your story. Okay, I got a story. I'll do story time real quick. Y'all want to do story time? Hey, shout out to my man Devin for the sub. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all want to hear a story? I'll tell y'all a story. And so, okay, so the vegans are gonna hate my story, but so as a child, right? My dad is a falconer. So my dad like hunts with falcons. He trains falcons. He's a licensed falconer, and he hunts with falcons. Like, I grew up in South Louisiana, right? My dad's a falconer, and so I used to go hunting with my father with falcons, with like mini eagles, basically. Like, a falcon is like a hawk. My dad raised red-tail hawks and Harris hawks. You can look up what a red-tail and a Harris hawk look like. But anyways, so I always went hunting with my father as a child, and my dad taught me, not to hurt animals, like not to kill animals. My dad always taught me that if you kill an animal, you have to eat it. And if you don't eat it, you're disrespecting that animal by killing it for no reason. If you're going to kill an animal, don't kill it for no reason. And if you do kill it, you have to eat it. Just basically my dad's trying to raise me on basically telling me not to kill animals because I have to eat them. And so, And me as a little boy, you kill animals accidentally, you step on a frog or whatever on accident. My dad would mess with me and say, John, get your fork out, you gotta eat it. And he would joke with me about it if I accidentally killed an animal or a bug or whatever it is, because that was the whole lesson, is not to kill animals, right? And so one time, my dad found a black widow. Underneath like a stump in my backyard. And so my dad goes out there and kills this black widow. He steps on it. I'm sitting there watching him do it. My dad's sitting there stomping on it, killing the black widow. Stomping on the black widow, getting rid of it, because that's where our dogs and animals were. And he wanted to get rid of the black widow. And so as soon as my dad kills the black widow, I go grab my dad a fork from inside my house, and I hand my dad a fork. And my dad says, John, what is this? I said, here's your fork, Dad. It's time to eat it. And my dad laughed. And that is story time for the day. Anyways, guys, good luck at the market. That's it for today. Come back tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. Y'all want to see a picture of the Falcons? Let me find one here. I got y'all. Hold on. Check it out. I'll show you guys a picture. My phone can get some service here. No service. Let me see. Sorry, guys. There we go. What's the market doing, by the way? AMD's back under there, man. I don't know if I want to take it. AMD's back under there. Here's one. AMD's back under there, guys. I don't know. I might take another one. Maybe it's the wrong move. Alright. Maybe it's the wrong move, guys. I don't know. I kind of want to take it. We'll see. Maybe I'll take that other one. Anyways, check it out. Look, I'll show y'all a picture. Y'all want to see a picture of me from... Y'all want to see a picture of little old child me? Check out this picture. Look at this. Check that out. That's me as a 11-year-old kid. 10 or 11. I must have been my daughter's age, roughly around the time. Right around 11, I would say. But yeah, you see the bird? That's a Harris hawk, actually. But yeah, that's a little 10-year-old me hunting with my dad. Yeah, take it, YOLO. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm questioning it. I'm watching it. I'm watching AMD. It needs to bounce up to 44.29. That way I can risk off of 44.80. I'm going to take tiny size if I do take it. But I'm watching it, and I'm considering it. I'll say that. I'm watching it, and I'm considering it. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. I'm considering it. I'll say that. You know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's a little me. As a child, you know. Like I said, the vegans are gonna hate me. But like I said, I didn't hunt with, like, I didn't hunt deer or anything. The only way I hunted was with my dad, with a falcon, which means, like, the hawk's just hunting for food, right? Point is, we didn't kill animals that didn't need to be killed, and we didn't kill the animals at all. Like, we never killed animals here. The hawk would, but he was just eating, and he would do it regardless of whether my dad was there or not. And so that's the point. So don't get too mad at us vegans. It's the circle of life. You know, that's all I'm saying. Alright, I'm really thinking about it. So if I get in here, here's the difference with AMD though. Like, maybe I should hang it up. But the setup is there. I just think the market's going to influence it, and basically, if I take this trade, I'm essentially betting that the stock is going to go down. And I don't know if I want to bet that. What do you mean? You look exactly the same age? Oh, wait, is that your dad? This? You think this is me? That's my dad, man. You know? The difference between me and my dad doesn't have eyebrows because he burned them off in a fire on accident when he was a kid. Look at that. My dad has no eyebrows. You know? Sorry, Dad, if you're listening. Sorry, dude. You know? I had to tell him. But no, yeah, the kid is me. The kid in the hockey shirt holding the rabbit is me. That's me. That's like a 10-year-old kid. The SPY is reversing though, and it is breaking support. And so if the AMD can bounce back up to 20, maybe I'll take it. Maybe. And I could even give myself a tighter risk at like 44.50. So like a 20-cent risk. And that's possible for like a scalp position. The problem I'm worried about is if the SPY breaks that low. If the SPY breaks there. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about. Is if the SPY breaks 44. If the SPY breaks, or if the SPY bounces at the VWAP right here at 305 or so. You know, that's the biggest thing I'm worried about. What's up, Douglas? We're feeling all right, bro. Like I said, AMD's kind of setting up for me now. I'm questioning whether I should take it or not. I think it's going to depend on what the SPY does, honestly. What's up, Cola? What's up, man? It's going alright. I'm looking at the SPY bouncing. Get him an eyebrow tattoo. He should, honestly. Now that I think about it. My dad should get eyebrow tattoos. That is a thing now. That is a thing now. Is eyebrow tattoos. That is a thing. And they actually do a damn good job of it nowadays, too. My dad should consider that. I'm going to talk to my dad today about that. Tell him we got somebody out here. My dad can get eyebrow tattoos. I've never seen my dad with eyebrows. I've never seen him with eyebrows. He hasn't had them my entire life. Because, like I said, they got burned off in, like, a fire when he was younger. Basically. I mean, he has, like, very thin eyebrows. He has slight eyebrows, but they're not big or anything. I'm going to get him with 50 shares here of AMD. I'm going to scale back into this. Maybe risk off of 50. Yeah, we got the same patchy beard. Yeah, that's right. Alright, I'm in with the 100 shares again. We'll see if this works or not. It's a small trade. Ultimately, I'm looking for a run back down below. In with the 100 shares, though. Gonna look for a move under 90 right here if we can. I'm not super confident because the real way I'm supposed to approach this trade, if I'm being honest, is I'm supposed to approach it with a risk of 75 right here. And like, that's just too big of a risk. I don't feel like risking $100 today in this market. And so I'm giving myself a tighter risk of like 44.50. And I don't know if I should necessarily do that, but we'll see if it works. But that's what I'm really considering here with this trade. And again, I don't know if I should or not. We'll see. Hey chat, someone in the final top 50? Yeah, Cola. I've been talking to Danelle in our Discord. Danelle's in our Discord if anybody wants to see the number 4 guy overall in the competition. I was talking to him yesterday. He's a cool dude. But yeah, he's in our Discord if anybody wants to see that. And so yeah, here's our Discord link if anybody wants to check him out and ask him questions. Like I said, he was the number 4 guy in the overall competition. We also had somebody else in there. I don't see where they are though. But yeah, here's the Discord link if you want to check that out. We also had, let me see who else we had in the top 50. We had Gary K. Oh no, that's old. Hold on, let me see. We had Danelle H. We had Gary K. at number 8. He did well. And then we had Jimmy P. at number 10. So we had a few people. All right, here's a drop back down. I'm up about $10. I'm gonna let this work though, and try to give it some time here. I don't necessarily like this bounce. Like I said though, my fear is that the SPY is gonna bounce at the VWAP, which is going to negatively influence my trade certainly. Maybe I should have gotten out some there, taken some profits, protect myself, but we are getting a pretty quick rebound here. We'll see. I'm gonna keep it small. It's gonna be $50 or less probably. On this trade, and so we'll give it some time, but you know, I don't like that bounce. You know, that bounced pretty quick, about 20 cents, very very fast there. So I'm just worried the SPY is going to bounce at the VWAP right there, which again is going to negatively influence my trade some. Here's 11s. And I don't hate this move. I don't hate the setup. Like I said, this is the setup I called out. We'll see if it works. I'm just looking for a break under 44, ideally. Like, it's got to break under 44. That's the goal. There's 5s, 4s. Threes. SPY bouncing. Not quite enough for me to take profits yet. Unfortunate, because the SPY might rebound here too. 2s. It's got to break 44. I'm gonna let this test though, see if we get a break under it. Fives. There's 1s. I'm gonna take half off here just in case. And then I'm going to let this last little 50 shares really work. See if we get a pull that back. Really, ideally under like 90. But this is going to make it so if it's a losing trade, it's not big. You know. At the very least, I should make a little bit of money, I would think. Can I end green today, guys? Can I end green? I'm gonna let this last little bit work. We might bounce right here too, unfortunately. But the SPY is dropping down, and so I could add a little bit back into this. I want to pull back here. We'll see. $95s. I'm gonna look for 75s right here for a profit target. We'll see if we get it or not. Alright, so I could add back into this sizing. That's what I'm starting to consider, but I think if the SPY bounces here, it might not be good. And so, you know, I could keep this break even. I could add my size back, but the SPY's bouncing here. I'm going to add my sizing right back here, in with 100 shares again. Here's 15s. Like I said, we get a nice little move back below the VWAP. That's the ideal thing I'm trying to see. I want to see if it breaks under the 44, and I can hold the rest pretty break even. It's going to be a pretty break even trade. We'll see though. Going to give myself a little bit of room here to take that, but we're going to wait. There's 22s. $27s. All right, so I got to be a little bit more strict with it here. I could go back to my 50 risk, but I think it's going to depend on what the market does. And I think if the market bounces here, it's going to be hard to short. And so I can keep it pretty break even, but I got to be careful here, basically. This is roughly around break even, but I gotta have my hand over the cover button, basically. I don't want to see it too big of a move up. I think we gotta watch the SPY closely here too. And I think this level at 40 is what we want to see hold. SPY moving up, back down. 95s. there's 29s. I'm a little bit safer now at this point. There's 26s. A little bit closer to break even. Like I said, we get a move back under here. That's ideal situation, but we're going to have our hand over the cover button, and we're going to keep it pretty tight. Over 40, I'm out. Back up at 90s on the SPY. So, yeah, I think 40 is a reasonable level. I might lose 30 bucks on the day, and that's all right. We're going to let it test a little bit here, but I think 40 is the reasonable level where we just got to bail out if it goes against us. There's 23s, a little bit better. 18s, nice. All right, so that's actually great for us. Gonna give us a little bit more room to hold as well. And so we gotta move back down to the whole $1.44. I'm just gonna take profits. If we bounce here, that's not good either. But we're gonna let this test. SPY is testing the $0.50. There's 14s. Like I said, I really needed to move back down to 44 if I'm going to take any reasonable profit. If not, I'm just kind of nickeling, diming it, which I don't want to see necessarily here. Ooh, big push. I'm assuming the market's spiking up a little bit. Yeah, it's back up to over $0.50. Oh, man. Kind of going back and forth in this range. Like I said, I think 44 is a reasonable risk, though. Or 40 is a reasonable risk. I think it's right at the top. And I can let it test 40, maybe. But I got to keep it pretty strict there, too. Alright, so the SPY did break, which is great for this trade. The SPY broke under 304.50, which was a big support level. $0.50 level. It's back down to 304.25s here. And so that should be good for me. Hopefully it is, but sometimes they don't follow each other perfectly. But there's 13s. We just need to move back down to 44 here to take profits. There's 10s. There's 304 test. There's 11s. 12s. Nines, eights. There we go. Boom. Took another half off there, right at 44, exact level I talked about. We're going to see if we get a big move under here now. We're under 304. Like I said, I think that's the big level a few different people are talking about in the SPY. Getting a quick spike here. Testing 304 again. Back below it. Try to be patient with this and let it break 44 here, but it's just kind of ranging it up. There's 44.05. It's going to battle this $0.50 a lot here. I could get out and end up in gross profit to keep my gross green streak alive. But I would rather give it that chance. And then at this point, it's going to be, even if it goes all the way up to my risk at 44.40, it's going to be pretty close to break even. I'm watching the SPY very closely here as well to see how it reacts to the VWAP. It's testing 304, bouncing back up and then pulling back down. And so was able to get into at least a green trade there. And, you know, we'll give the last a little bit of time. But I'm going to let it work, see if we can hopefully get a pullback in the SPY, and if not, just end it with a little bit of a green trade. It's going to make money no matter what, I think, even if it stops me out completely. But the SPY's rebounding here, so maybe it's time to just jump out and make my little 15 bucks from the trade or whatever it is. I'll let it work a little bit longer, but I'm just trying to watch to see how the SPY reacts to the VWAP is really what I'm doing. VWAP's at 304.50s or 304.60. If it rips up and breaks it, I'm just going to jump out of this. Yeah, I'm out. So, you know, not a bad little day. Was able to come back some, down 530 on the day. But very small. Was able to minimize my loss. Probably burnt up a few commissions, but it's alright. We'll see what else we can get. Maybe, I still don't hate AMD. I just think it depends on what the SPY does here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close it down, guys. So maybe I got scared out, but was able to minimize my loss a little bit. First losing day in a while. And so not bad. $5.30 loss. So anyways, guys, like I said, you want to use the platform I use. I'll post this link one last time since I'm actually going to close it down now. There's the link if you want to use the same platform as us with no PDT rule. A lot of benefits for new traders. There's no PDT. There's shorting ability. You get a ton of buying power for like 400 bucks. There's a profit split of 70-30, so they are going to keep some of your profit, but you keep the other ones, and you're basically contracting for them. And if you make money, you get to split it with them, and you're risking less as a new trader. And so go check that out. There's the link in the chat right now if you want to check that out. Good luck in the market, guys. You could also go check out Trade Ideas. The links in the chat as well for that. Best scanners in trading, in my opinion. Maybe it was a good thing I got out. Happy I got out. But yeah, good luck, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time as always. And yeah, good luck in the market, guys. Appreciate all the love. We almost have 130 likes today on the stream, so I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, good luck, guys. I'll see you all then.